Hello everybody, this is Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here on Friday, May 30th. We are almost done with another month. It's crazy and that's just how we roll these days. Gone are the days of nothingness and ahead of us are days filled with lots of crafting and creativity, and I'm so excited to be here with you today to show you what's coming up for June. This is always the one that people, this video is the one that people ask me the most of, when is it? Did I miss it? What's going on? Like, what's happening? Because they want to see what's coming up for the month. And I never have this scheduled until I'm done with designing, or we're done with designing for the month. And it was yesterday morning at 2:45 to be exact, when I think I put the last gem on the sample card and they're ready. And so I scheduled this video on Wednesday, knowing that I should have finished them by Thursday morning. So very good. So we're here and there's a lot. I can't even begin to explain all the hours that have been spent by me and my amazing support of helpers and family making everything happen behind the scenes. You guys, it's definitely a labor of love, and this is times a lot more than normal. I thought that May was a lot, but coming into or going into June is even more crazy. We have the culmination of a lot of stuff that's happening right now, and two of them are big events. That one is in person, the Stamping Fun in the Sun, which starts on Wednesday. And I don't know if I really have any spots left at this point. I looked at my spreadsheet last night and there was 5 names not accounted for, but I can't say that they're available because I haven't been religious about being in my email since about Disney time, right? So not this week or even last week. It was the week before, really, where I was in my emails to get through everything. And I owe a lot of people answers, like responses, right? Working on that. So at this point, like, you can submit the registration form online for it. When I talk about it, you can do that. And we'll have to see how it goes, if there's spots available. Carolyn Ketchmark, if you're watching, I made sure to add you. And I know Jean Shute, I added you as well. And then it brought me down to 5. So, but we have that event, and then we have the paper palooza. And this is the first time we've ever done the paper palooza. And it's a lot. It was a lot taking 21 packs of paper and designing a card with each pack and then putting that out there as an event. And so I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then we had the basically 4 core card classes that we offer, and then Rose has her core card class, the Technique Club class. So we have our 5 core classes on top of the 2 events, but then mix that with an in-color club, which is in the process of being designed. I'll be honest, I haven't designed them yet. They're half done. The paper's cut and I have ideas, right? That's half the battle. And so that, and then having the Beekeeper's Guide ready and the DSP samplers, it was all the annual catalog. So it's all amazing stuff, you guys. I absolutely love it all. So I'm not complaining by any means. I'm just saying that it's a lot. And not everything can get done at every exact minute that you think in your head it can get done. So you guys have been amazing with the patience. So I actually brought this bucket down right here, and on this end right here, I wanted to share with you people, this right here, this right, no, wrong way. This right here is mail that I've gotten. And I haven't had the opportunity to sit at my computer very much this week or last week because we were kidding. Oh man, I don't know how many cards. We've probably kidded 2,500 cards since the beginning of this week, or like even into last week. So it's hard to find computer time and processing mail time, and then also kidding and designing, right? There's many things that happen. And so I was gonna be I don't know if it's tacky or not, but I brought it down because I thought maybe at the end of the video, if people are still watching, I'm getting people asking me, did you get my card? Did you get my mail? Did you get my check for this? Did you get this? Did you get this? And I'm like, oh, I think so. But I thought maybe at the end of this video, I'll just run through and I'll tell everybody who I got mail from. And then that will let you know that I got it. And then I'll reply officially or formally via email or text like I normally do, saying I got it, because I always like things in writing. But anyways, that's hopefully later. Oh, I had a good appointment this morning. You guys, my team, the Be Happy Stampers, gifted me gift certificates to get massages because I do not take a lot of time for myself. I don't know if you guys catch that. And so I have been better about it since this beginning of this year that I schedule a massage every month, and I usually do it on a Friday morning, and it's a 45-minute drive away, and then it's 45 minutes back, so it's time for me to relax. I get my massage and I come back. So you guys get me fresh out of a massage. And so hopefully I don't look too greasy for you, but you know, this is how we roll, by the seat of our pants. And I'm just happy I was live with you on time for the most part. I was only a minute or two late, which is great for me. And so that's where I was this morning, and it's good to do that. I saw somebody post on Facebook, and I think it was Claudia Hawkins Moise, posted that she got a massage by somebody here in town. And I read she's friends with me, so it popped up in my newsfeed. And then the person that commented is also my friend on Facebook. And so I saw what she commented. And the person commented about 2 years ago that she started doing massages for herself regularly because it's good. It's good for your body to relax and unwind and not think about stuff, and let your body get the massaging done, right? With the relaxing your muscles. And so I have been trying to do that very regularly since January, once a month at least. And it's great. It feels really good. And so that's where I was off to, you guys. And and then 3 errands, you guys. I was so excited. There's a company up in Appleton area that sharpens blades. So if you caught my email last night, my blade was completely dull. So I was able to drop off my spare blade now to get it sharpened, so we don't have the hiccup with not having a paper cutter for weeks. So hello, Julie Bontranger. Hello, Donna Palazzola. Faye Godby. Hello, Chris Robinson. And she was 3 minutes early. Yay. Hi, Jean Shoot. Kathleen Ketterman's here. Yay, you're here. So you heard me say that. And Jean Shoot, too. I know that I owe you some emails. I just pulled a pile for you, actually. I have it staged on the counter with some of the classes you had previously picked, and we'll get everything squared away. My goal is to get through all the correspondence and emails and texts and Facebook messages and all of the things by about Monday or Tuesday. I want to roll into the event having everything kind of squared up with correspondence with people. So that's my game plan. It's going to happen little by little. Hi, Lisa Spacek. I have not mailed your package, Lisa, with your class and your DSP sampler. It's also on my back counter. I'm probably going to mail it on Monday when we mail out the product shares. Hello, Holly, and there's Marianne. Hello, Linda Kester, and there's Vicky Rodriguez. Yay, you need the me time. Yes, I think, and Sherry Everett made it. Yay, hello, Deb Norman. You definitely do need the me time. Most of us don't do that often enough for ourselves because I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel guilty taking time to go get a massage or taking time to get a pedicure or to go spend time with the family. I feel like I should be working in my business, and it's even harder having the feeling of I have a helper who's sitting at back wherever, somewhere helping me with something, and I should be doing it. So I have to not, those are all feelings, you guys. We can control our feelings, and those are things that you have control of, and you can pass those off and get rid of those feelings of I shouldn't do this because of this. You should do these things because you can, and you should. So hello, Susan. Hi, Dawn Tuck. And Jean said no rush. Yes, I know, Jean. I think the plan for us is we were mailing everything in June, and that was the plan. So I'm on track for that plan. So yes, so what I have for you guys today, we have a lot of stuff like normal. Hey, Angelique, I got your shirt on that you gave me. She gave me this one of the times that she was here. I think it's September when she was here for the escape. I have the core classes, which are actually sitting in this box. I have the Stampin' Fun the Sun, the Paper Palooza, and the samplers, the shares, all that kind of current stuff. And then I also have my past classes. So for those of you who have been with me all the while, thank you. I so greatly appreciate your support. We have lots of fun together. And I know there are new people too that just started watching me. And just as a matter of fact, I just talked to a brand new customer today who ordered a few things. And so sometimes I think that normally I have new people that are watching me and they don't know what all of this is all about. And it can be very overwhelming. So I like to tell people, sorry, I have a cat fur, always on the nose right when I start to go live. I have cats, in case you're new to me, you don't know that. They are normally roaming around. And so if you're new to me, the main thing is that you shouldn't, again, feelings, you can control them. Don't feel overwhelmed. If you have questions, just call me. I do have a thing where I'm not very good at listening to voice mails. They take a long time to get through, and I don't have the patience to sit there and listen to voicemails. I have to be completely honest. So in my message, it says that if for faster service, please text me or email me, and then bam, I'll pick up the phone and I'll call you. I love talking to people. I just am not good at listening to voicemails. So if you end up giving me a voicemail and you really want to talk, you can just call me back. But that's one of the little tricks with me is I love chatting on the phone and talking to people. I correspondence is great, but I don't always have the ability to process registrations and class signups and things on the fly because I like to be in my computer, which is sitting over there, or have my purple book in front of me, which I don't always do. So just know that I don't always respond the fastest. Sometimes it's really fast and sometimes it's not, just putting that out there. So when I drop the camera down, you'll have my contact information. And one of the things I do is send out emails regularly about my upcoming classes. And for example, last night, after I was done with class, I sent out an email that said, hey, we've got the showcase today. And I had lots of things listed out. And that's great to get because then you are in the loop of what's going on. So you can sign up for my emails at my website, cardsbycrispy.com. And then what happens is I see that you subscribed and then I add a tag to your name to include you in my distribution group for sending out emails. So if you've done that and you aren't getting emails from me, you want to reach out to me because maybe the tag got messed up. And then also sometimes you have to make sure you check your junk mail folder because your email provider might put the emails into your spam folder or junk folder, and you want to make sure I'm a safe sender. I'm not a spammer. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me. The easiest way to register for a class at this moment is to sign up via email to CBC, which is Cards by Christine, but it's cbcenroll@gmail.com. Carissa, who is amazing and fabulous, helps me monitor that email. And she did want me to let you guys know that if you've emailed that email address in the last 2 weeks or so, she had been a little bit slow to responding because of her things going on in her world, on top of knowing that I was really backlogged on everything from my end. And I will say that she's back and I think she made it through emails overnight. And I looked in my phone this morning when I woke up, and there are probably 15 emails in my inbox just from Carissa going over stuff of people emailing her. And I knew she wanted to get that cleaned up last night before going into the showcase day, because what happens after the showcase is everybody emails the CBC Enroll. And what happens, you guys, is she's helping me manage it on the front end. We share a shared Google Excel spreadsheet where all the classes are listed and everybody's names are down the side. And she's the first step to getting the email, and she puts you into that spreadsheet. She stages the email, sends it to me, I review it, and then it comes from my email address, Chris M. Bertram. So for those who are new, that might be confusing why you're emailing one thing and getting a response from somewhere else. We were originally going to train her to send the emails out directly from CBC. Hang on, it still itches. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. She was going to send the email originally from CBC Enroll, and there's so many caveats for everybody that she was uncertain about sending them without me looking at them. And if I was looking at them anyways, then I might as well just hit the send button. Otherwise, there's one more stop in the middle. So that's kind of how the enrollment works. Now, that is if you want to do the easy method. Just send an email and we'll tell you how much to send, and you can send your money electronically via Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, check. I would have to say, you guys, all that mail back there, honestly, it's people who have registered for classes and sending payment. Now, the other option, if you want to use my website to sign up for classes, you can always do that. But just know it charges a convenience fee. And if you're like me, I hate going to a place and knowing that I could save a little money by paying with cash, check, or an electronic means like PayPal or Venmo where you don't get charged a fee. So I like to give people the option of paying outside of my website and saving some money. And then also, if let's say you're taking 2 to 5 things or everything or more than one thing, and you're okay with it all shipping together on my general shipping day, then I can also consolidate your package and give you reduced pricing, and that saves you money as well. Where if you pay for it via my website, you get charged the convenience fee, and then it's shipping as is, right? So then you'll pay the shipping on each thing, even though I generally will ship everything together on one shipping day. On like this month, it's June 10th. So the only thing is you have to be patient. with me and Carissa that you just wait for us to tell you how much to send, because if you send an amount what you think it is and then it's too much, then I feel like I need to give you a credit for the difference, and then it becomes a bookkeeping nightmare. And we want it simple, but patience is what you guys are best at. So I'm patient with you and you're patient with me. So yay. You have to take care of yourself too. Yes, Sherry Everett, I definitely agree. Oh, and Angelique sees the shirt. Hello, Connie Moore. You'll be emailing after the showcase. Perfect. Now, I do have 6 to 12 people. I would say half a dozen to a dozen people that are regulars. And if you want to be a regular where you say just, I want everything for the month, then Carissa prepares an email and she'll send it out. Like right now, she prepared it overnight and I'm going to send it out to everybody. Normally the third week of the month though is when she had been doing it. I have that many people that say, I just want it all. Just tell me how much to send. And we just get them signed up for everything automatically. Or I also have people that say, I just want every ink, paper, scissors. I absolutely love ink, paper, scissors. Sign me up for the rest of the year. We do that as well, so that you don't have to think about it every month and you can just get an email from us that says, hey, your ink, paper, scissors this month is $41. Please send it over whenever you can. So those are some easier steps to take too if you know that you like a certain class series. Some people are like, I want everything, but let's just stamp. Or I want monthly and sweet every month, right? We can customize all that stuff very easily. So, okay. It's summer. We all need to relax. Yes, I definitely agree. And stamp and create. So that's it in a nutshell of what I like to talk about. I operate all my videos out of YouTube and they get created on a monthly basis. So Jolene went in, I think last night, and all the cover photos have been created for the June classes, except for Roses. I have to get that one from Kelly yet. But all of those are on my website. So you can always check my website on the events calendar to get information. And all the YouTube videos, we create them a month out. So when you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see a lot of these YouTube videos and they say pending, pending, pending. And it says 17 hours till live or 30 days until live or whatever it is. On the first of the month, we usually have everything created and then they just sit there in a pending status until the live goes live like today did. So that's a little bit. I also have a Facebook page for people who are on Facebook. And let's say you get notifications on Facebook. It's great to subscribe to my Facebook channel, Facebook page, because you can set up notifications when I go live or get like the posts, I guess you should say, when I do my posts in Facebook, letting people know that the event is happening. Hello, Deanne Dawn. Hi, Jean Terwilliger. So we're going to start off by going through whatever's in front of me, and then we'll work our way out. I did update as of yesterday. Ooh, I should go get the calendar. As of yesterday, I'm going to flip the camera down, and then I'm going to go get my paper calendar really quick. So, you guys, I got this document updated. So give me 30 seconds, not even, maybe 10. Hang on. I got that updated, and the new date on this one is May 28th. When you print it, it kind of prints off the bottom, or cuts off the bottom. But in case you guys are wondering, this document, as well as the calendar, this calendar, and something else, can be found on my website. If you go to, resources. This is where you're going to find a lot of stuff. The overview document has a high overview of what we offer in general. The calendar is the second one, which is in my this black binder. And then the schedule is updated. So if you guys are looking for an updated copy of that, this is it. People like this. This is what I work through a lot. It gets updated regularly, every couple months. And then there's other things here. But then underneath here is where a little bit later, we're going to go through past available classes. And everything that I have sitting over here is you can find them by clicking at these past classes here. So that's all out on the website. This events calendar can be found here under events. And when you go to June and you look at stuff, now I've got all the cover photos in here. So that's where you can see close up. So let's say you're watching the video today and you can't remember what class the cards were for. The cover photos have been added for all of the June events now. Okay, so that's a little bit about the website. Again, it's cardsbychrisb.com. And I feel like we're really crooked. Hang on, I gotta have things straight, you guys. Okay, so the email is right there and the website is there. And to place orders, you go to stampinup.com and you would pick me, and I know you can't really see that, but you would just pick Christine Bertram as your demonstrator to get free classes, and then cbcenroll@gmail.com is for signing up for classes. And there's some caveats to that too, and I'll talk about that when we get going. So first things first, this is new. You guys can get this. I know a couple people asked me for a printed version of it, so I did get a few copies made. So I'll plan to put them in with your June shipment if you've requested them. And this document, though, I just need to give you a heads up. This changes, right? So Kelly did add a date on the bottom here, but if you go in here to June, that's what we've got coming up is June. We've got multiple people who do classes with me. They're on my team. Or Rose Coleman is a colleague of mine in Canada. But Diane Bogenhagen, Gina Bulow, Julie Bierschbach, and there's going to be one more person. I'm so excited. Carissa Alberts is offering classes monthly now too. She's going to be Bermuda Bay, you guys, when we get so far. We're going to be updating her to have her number up here, and then also in redoing our grid, and then I'll be adding in her classes that we picked. She's going to be doing one weekend day a month on a Saturday or a Sunday, and she's going to do 2 classes back to back in person, but she's also offering kits to go, which is super cool. So once we get that situated, I'll let you guys know that there's a new calendar. And for June, this is great. In a nutshell, this is all pretty accurate. The only thing that's really going to be different is bingo. I have Gina's helping me do the bingo this month in June, and she's going to be doing it in person on the 26th while I'm live upstairs in the mini hive. But you guys, this is a great little calendar. It has everything listed. Like, I'm purple, so anything with the purple you can look. I do have people that say to me, hey, I looked at the calendar and I saw you're in class right now, so I didn't call you right now because I knew you'd be busy. And so that's pretty cool. You guys, you probably, if you have this, you know where I'm going to be. I'll be around. I'm always around, but that helps me if you guys do wait until I'm after done with class sometimes. So hello, Kari Dyer. Okay, so what do I have in front of me? I have a beekeeper's guide here. So just so you guys know, Sandy Coy Emery was spot on last night in class. She said that version 2 wasn't in the folder when we had class last night, and she texted me and I saw it after class, which helped me remember to put it in there. So around, let's say 10 o'clock, I added version 2 back in. I don't know why I deleted it, but it is for those people who support me in my community by taking classes, by buying Stampin' Up! Products from me, or buying my exclusive tools, like these kind of things. And I have different things that are available, like cloth garbages, all that good stuff, bow makers. If you support me in my business, you're granted access to that folder. And that folder has the Beekeeper's Guide. On Tuesday, it will have the pre-order new file for the online exclusives that are launching for demonstrators. And this is just, I've been using this thing. I already used it today. A customer came over and said, hey, I'm looking for little ink spots. What do you guys have? I could open up right to where the color collections are right here. And I'm like, hey, boom, we have 2 spots. Otherwise, I have no idea where I'd have to go to the internet, to the Stampin' Up! Website and look for it. And it's so challenging. Let's say that. It was just awesome. So this is your one-stop resource guide for what is available for Stampin' Up! In online format and also in the catalog. It's basically everything that's current. It does not include anything last chance, but it's a great handy little reference tool. So just want you guys to know that that is there. If you're not having access to the folder and you have supported me since January, just send me an email and I'll look up to verify and then send you an invite to the folder. And I have to say that it is a very manual process, keeping track of it, that I have to add everybody manually into my Google email address folder versus my MSN. So I'm managing 2 email databases plus my access. It's just a lot. And so I had to take people out that I didn't know who their email addresses were. Like, it does not say, it says like, mom of 6. And I don't know who that is. Honestly, I don't know who it is, but I just remember mom of 6 at something. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. And so I had to take people out that I didn't know who they were. And then whenever mom of 6 reaches back out to me and says, hey, I need access, I can save that person's name to their email address. And so when I hover over it the next time, I can visually see who it is. So I didn't do that originally, which was sad. It created a lot of back end work for me now. So Beekeeper's Guide's out there, and is not for sale. A lot of people say, can I buy it? No, it is not for sale. It's only through supporting me and my business, and it's available to my community who does that. And I can facilitate. I don't think there's any reason why I can't facilitate printing it with my printer. I'm hooking people up with my printer that people could get a printed copy. And there's a registration form for that if people want to reach out to get their printed copy. So not selling it, my printer is selling it, okay? So there you go. I can't find the new version yet. So Jean, send me an email. Just all you have to do is put in it, Beekeeper's Guide version 2, and tell me what email address it needs to go to, which it probably is where you're emailing me from. And when I get off my computer and when I get off the live and get into my computer, I'll look at it right away. Carolyn said, yes, Krista, love her card. And she's not, oh, yes. You know what, Carolyn, your class cards from Carissa are sitting on the counter there. So that is a wonderful thing. And I'm glad that you brought that up, actually. And that is because Carissa, Gina, and Julie Bierschbach all live close to me. And they are giving you guys the option for consolidated shipping. So instead of you paying full shipping and them mailing it from their house, they offer the same thing that I do. It would be just $2 extra instead of $6 extra. And they bring your kits to me and I will mail them out in your packages. So yes, it was awesome, Carolyn. Yours and 2 others came in when Carissa came to class the other night. And so I have them staged on my counter. And it's so cool that we can all work together to get you guys the classes. Julie, Carissa, and Gina are phenomenal stampers. And Jenna Helms on my team also, she is Brown Dog Craft Company. She's doing kitted classes. So if you probably have an overabundance between all of us of amazing, beautiful card kits that you can get to have the easy button for putting cards together at home. And I love to support them as much as I can. All right, so that is the Beekeeper's Guide. I think we're good on that. Then the other thing is, let's see here, the DSP sampler. So under this schedule, there's some extras in May. And I know we're just rounding out May, but I left these in here. I have a DSP sampler and product shares, right? Now, it does say in here RSVP by May 1st, but we're at way after May 1st, and I still have availability to make these happen. So let me just show you what the DSP sampler is. That is a reference tool that anybody can use. Avid customers, beginning customers, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, hobbyists, business builders, however you look at yourself, you can benefit from this. What we do is we created this package like this. What happens is this is Carmen Sanders, and you get the white sheets printed, and then you get these little pouches, and I gotta tell everybody. Okay, I forgot to tell you guys. I have not sent the email out with how to put this together, and we accidentally kitted up. Oh man, I gotta show this to you. If you've already gotten your DSP sampler and you haven't put it together, hold the phone and listen to this really good public service announcement. And if you have, I hope you've caught what's going on. So it was the last 2 that we were doing, and Tyler, Tom, myself, and Carmen and I don't, what accidents happen. These color cardstock swatches are for the neutrals, and these are for the regals. That's what's happening. Okay, I said that backwards. These cardstock swatches are correct, but the little DSP squares are incorrect. So these are the regals, but these are the neutrals here. And then these are the regals, and these are the neutrals. So what happens is you have to flip-flop these little baby squares with these little baby squares. And that is why you probably are like, why are these stapled together? And that is why I meant to send you guys an email about that. And it is on my list to send you an email. And I'll be honest with you, my list is right here. Email the PDF tutorial. So in that, you guys, I have to make sure I tell you about the regals and the neutrals. We don't try to make mistakes, but when they do, we try to fix them, okay? That's all I can say. It's like my Dos Equis commercial here. So we don't make mistakes, but when we do, we try to let you know. So that's that, all right? But otherwise, you get to glue these together at your own leisure, and there is a PDF tutorial on how to do it. This one is $30, and it includes everything that launched since March, plus we included the weekend at Bernie's, no, just kidding, the weekend adventures, and it's also including the meant to be. And just to, oh, Cindy Bassett needs the Beekeeper's Guide too. Perfect. Just let me know. My Cards and Beekeeper's Guide is coming with the June shipping. Yes, Laura, that is exactly what the plan is for you. Hello, Gwen Simmons. And so there was also some other hiccups. Like for the boho vibes, we had the squares. We thought there were 12 different sheets of designer paper and there was only 8. So then you've got some extra squares there. And so just a note that this is what the sampler is all about. I have maybe 15 of these available yet in this format, okay? The other thing, though, I wanted to share is, in case you didn't get the spring mini catalog, let's say you're new to me and you didn't know I did stuff like this, I have the spring mini one available. And that spring one includes beautiful bokeh, Friends of the Ocean, Floral Delight. And some of these papers are still current, you guys. They didn't retire all these papers. So I have, let's say, 15 to 20 of the spring mini catalog sampler available too. Right? So that's what the DSP sampler is. It is a collection of swatches of cardstock and the designer paper so that you can help see what there is available and be good for your designing or card making adventures. All right, so that's that. Now, the other thing that I have under the extras for May is the annual catalog product share. The last time we did a live, I didn't showcase, I didn't have this ready, and I did show it off last night though. The product shares, you have 3 a la carte options, and you can do them all, or 2 of them, or 1 of them, whatever you want. And it's a sampling of all the ribbon since March that got released. And it comes with either a 1 yard or a 2 yard section, depending on how much was in the original roll. And I believe that the ribbons were $29 plus shipping. The embellishments are amazing. Look at these, how Judy Immel did this. So Jill and my mom did these, and then Judy put this together for me. And this, I think the embellishment share is only $26 for this conglomeration of everything since March. And then the paper share is, I believe it's different packs and the 2 of the suitcases. And you get a 1 6x6 sheet of every sheet, and then the 2 suitcases, 2 scoops. So you have all of the beautiful motifs, the boho, all the color families are in here. You get 1 of each color. And then we have, this is the Impressions of Bloom, and then the florals, and the kintsugi, the Sip Sips one, the woven, the Everyday Happiness, the Lovely Garden, the botanicals, the turtles, the Meant to Be, the Irresistible Blooms, and all the foils. So I don't remember, it's like 157 sheets or something along those lines. And that is the DSP product share. Now you can bump this up and do the paper palooza. And with the paper palooza that we added on this year, it's not even, actually it's not even in here. I don't even think we put paper palooza in here. I don't even have it in here. Extras in June, I should have paper palooza. That is the brand new event that we're doing for the first time this year. And with the paper palooza, you get this plus 21 card kits, okay? And if you want, you can always add on the ribbon and embellishments if you want, but your card kits come with the exact ribbon amount or embellishments that we used for designing the cards. And you get this. You also get the attendance gift. I think we have a cool personalized thing. And then 2 pillow gifts, a collective pin for the very first year, and then we'll do pins every year after. And then I can't remember if there's anything else, but there's just the 21 cards are awesome. Like, so it's probably the biggest class that we've ever done. And I'm just going to roll through these cards really quick. You're amazed at how neatly you package your shares. Yeah, you guys, this has been the culmination of many years. In the beginning, we never used to wrap them, and we used to put all the embellishments loose, and it became a hot mess. And we learned through the years, and we've been probably doing it like this probably for 4 years, and it really makes a difference. So the 21 cards feature 1 each of the papers except for the foils. And so with your DSP share, you're going to cut the DSP that you need. And how we're designing it is that the sheet that you need from Beautiful Motifs will be on the top. The sheet that you need from each pack will be on the top, and then the card kit will be right in the front. Super organized is our plan for you. And these are the 21 cards. And how we did it is 2 cards with 1 design. And so And honestly, you guys, if you want to change up these cards at all and you're like, man, I don't like what they did here, I can do something else with all this other paper I have, you will not hurt our feelings if you change it up and make them your own in your own way. But this is the starting point. And everything, card bases are scored and folded in half. The mats are cut for you. Anything embossed is embossed. Anything die cut that isn't a focal image, which there aren't any focal images. We did labels for everything. So all you need for all of these cards are sentiments, okay? And then you cut your designer series paper. So you might think, oh, I like this pattern better. Use it, good. You'll get a PDF tutorial that has the measurements and you'll cut your own DSP. There are going to be unlisted YouTube videos for this that Amanda and I are doing together. So Amanda Walter and I designed these cards together. So she'll be doing half the videos and I'll be doing the other half, all in one PDF document though, one PDF tutorial. Okay, so that one features on the go, and then that one features the celebratory sips. And then we have the kintsugi on this one. Again, these are interchangeable patterns. Like you could pick other patterns from that paper. And then this is the same layout using the boho vibes. Again, if you don't like this paper, pick a different one. Do something else. Otherwise, the whole layout of the card can be the same. This one features the florals in bloom, where this one features the melon mambo and coastal cabana. Stamping and scrapping were always the fashion at the Coastal Cabana. And again, if you want, you could switch out the colors and do a different variation. So, all right, then this one features the in colors that are the new ones. Again, if you don't like the mixture of colors, you could do pink, blue, and skip the orange and the yellow if you wanted, right? If you so desire. This one featured the subtles. So again, you're catching, we did 2 cards with one design layout. And this one is the botanical prints. And if you don't like 3 different patterns, you could do all the same pattern. Same with this one. Let's say you're not a fan of the music notes, but you really like the stripes. You could do stripes, stripes, and stripes. So you've got like the basic layout. This one I think is my favorite and Tyler's favorite. This one, there's only one layout like this. So this makes the 21st card basically. And we just opted to do one like this because it was a great panoramic. And Jolene's gonna create an awesome layout so you can easily cut your designer paper. Now this one features the neutrals, and this one features the regals, and that's your layout. This one features the weekend at Bernie's, weekend adventures. I always have to just say weekend at Bernie's, I don't know why. And then this one features petunia pop with the older in colors. And then this one features the woven textures, and this one features everyday happiness, right? So that's what we got for that one. This layout is the Impressions of Bloom, where this layout features the Lovely Garden, which is what we featured last night for ink, paper, scissors. And then the last layout pair is the Meant to Be with the Irresistible Blooms. So those are those last 2 layouts. So very cool. So we have 2,100 card kits sitting on the table right over there, ready to go. We finished them up yesterday. The last 4 cards got laid out yesterday. So it was definitely a labor of love. I'm looking at them and it's amazing. If you want to see it and you remind me later when I'm about done and ready to finish up, like about 2 or 3 minutes before I'm ready to finish up, if somebody says, hey, show us your cards, I'll go around and I'll show you the card kits. It's crazy. Okay, so that is a little bit about the product shares. And then if people want to pump up the DSP share and turn it into a palooza, definitely available at this point. I think there's about 15 left of the paper palooza. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We kitted up 96 sets of cards, and when they're gone, I promised my mom that I would be done and I would not require of them to kit more. My mom said she's overwhelmed with ribbon. Each one of the cards had ribbon on it, and 96 of them. And sometimes she was cutting 2 pieces of ribbon for a card. She cut at least 2,500, I would have to say, pieces of ribbon in the last 2 weeks. And so she's over cutting ribbon and she needs a break. so that's good. We're gonna give my mom a break. And we're gonna give my helpers, after Monday, we'll be done kitting everything for June too. So the helpers need a break. All right, so that's that. Now the Stampin' Fun on the Sun is an event that is starting on Wednesday. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I'm also having an online element to it. And this is where I mentioned maybe about 15, 20 minutes ago that I think there's about 5 left, and that might not be the case once I thoroughly get through my emails. So if you are interested in doing it, wait to send any money. But what you could do is go online and register for the event. And then I can see, based on when people register, then that will be my list of people that would get into the event. I also promised my mom on this one that I would not take more than 144. So we're at 139 at the moment that I have in my spreadsheet officially signed up, but I know that there are more. So if you guys are curious how to register for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun, you just need to go to my events calendar until June, either 4th through the 8th. Click on one of those days and then go to the event. And under here it says click here for the registration form, and you just need to fill out the registration form. That drops your answers into my spreadsheet, and it puts them in chronological order of when people sign up. And so that's going to be the most important thing, to make sure you get registered officially this way. Sending an email is not going to be the best bet, because I'm going to look off of the registrations, the official registration via this form. The projects for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun are awesome. You guys are loving them. Hi, Alina. Your first live. Yay. My mom. Yes, bless my mom. Oh, yes, you guys. So Stampin' Up! Sent me an email, and I had to fill out a survey with 22 questions. I am officially nearing my $1 million sales and career sales. And one of the emails is, or one of the questions was something about like getting, like, who supports you and how do they support you? Like, oh my God, like my mom and dad are my biggest supporters, and Tyler, right? Like beyond like a measurable amount of support. And I listed off a few things that had happened in the last 3 weeks. And I put, we did this, and we did this, and we did this, and we did this, and this happened, and then I put ... and this all happened in the last 3 weeks. And it's like, oh my gosh, and it was my mom and my dad. Like, my dad sat and opened up 200 packs of the Stampin' Up! Envelopes that come 42 a pack. He opened up all those envelopes out of the plastic and put them all into boxes for me. And like, my dad sat at the table and worked on that at home. And then I had 3 huge boxes of envelopes that are all now staged and ready to get used. So bless both of my parents, you guys. So the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. Okay, so back to that. So to finish that story, it asked the question, and so I put in my mom and dad and like listed off that, and I had so many other helpers and Tyler too. But you guys definitely, it said one of the questions was, what do you want to tell demonstrators who are just starting, right? And it was like, you need, if you want to, and my advice was, if you're just starting and you want to run it like as a hobbyist, like you don't really want to do anything, then my goal for you would be to get together with friends and family at least once a month, and then have those people and share the joy of stamping and love of stamping. And hopefully those people would order some products and help you meet your minimum quarterly requirements, which is $300 a month, a quarter, $300 a quarter, right? So that's if you're somebody who just is looking for fun and a hobby, not even a hobby, I would just say for fun. It just wants to stay active for the community. And then the other end of the equation is, if you want to work it as a business and do all the things, then you need to work very, 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 very hard and diligently, be consistent and show up. But then the other caveat that I added on there is, and you have to have an amazing and loving and unconditional support system, because you can't run something like this by yourself. It takes an army, and my gals know that, my guys know that, everybody that's part of me, like it takes an army. This is not just me doing everything, you guys, it really isn't. So that's that. So I had 22 questions on this questionnaire that I had to fill out, because now then they're going to go together, take all of it and collectively write probably only 2 paragraphs out of all of it, so that when I do achieve that monstrous goal that not many people do, that they have it ready to go. So that's that. So yeah, so I'm getting close, you guys, very close. My goal is by August 31st to meet that goal. So yay, I'm on track. Okay, hello, Hassan Terrell. Okay, so back to Stampin' Fun in the Sun. We have these cards, and I think you guys, we've seen these before. There's a mini card class that looks like this, right? So 5 cards, that's one mini class. Another class is doing this book with 4 cards in it. Hello, Michelle Foreign. And so these 4 cards, and you guys, I've shown these, right? So I'm not going to spend a lot of time working on these. You just know by now, hopefully you're signed up for it. And if you're not, get signed up for it. Get on that registration link. And then there's the business size cards here like this. So that was one mini class. And then the scrapbooking card is the other one that is super cool. And so you can attend in person. You guys, I have people coming from near and far for this. It is a great crafting adventure weekend, or during the week. I know like Francis and Vicky are driving up from Missouri. I said it Missouri. It's Missouri. I always say Missouri, but from Missouri. And then Francis is going to be up here for her birthday. So it was like an awesome birthday girls trip for them. And so that is the 4 mini projects. And with it comes a $50 goodie bag too. So just know that that is on the docket for next week, coming up soon. Okay, so now that we've gone through some of those extra things, let's start with, there it is. Let's start with everything else here. We have my core classes. There has always been a monthly class since 2016. And then I added on a suite class. Then we rolled into a Let's Just Stamp. I started working with Rose Coleman 2.5 years ago, and I started doing ink, paper, scissors in 21, so 4 years. So I've got 5 core classes that are kitted. Hello, Faye Godby. I have 5 core classes that are kitted, but then we have other classes that we do that you guys can use your own products at home for, which are Share, Create, Inspire, and then the mystery card. And then we have some kitted classes. So we'll talk through everything. And let me grab my box here of stuff. And I'll set that right here. So the first class is the monthly class. Monthly class always uses 3 different stamp sets. And the ones that I featured for this one of them actually isn't even a stamp set. It's a bundle, not a bundle, it's a set of dies from Paper Pumpkin. So the monthly class, 3 cards, I featured Notes and Totes, Coneflower Celebrations, and then the Hugs of Bloom dies from the Paper Pumpkin. So when you get these card kits from me, everything die cut would be die cut, as long as it's not a focal image, and you would basically have to add sentiments. Well, this one, that die cut is already die cut. So you've got the word hugs, and if you don't want to use hugs, you could stamp right on the white label, which would be super cool. So this one features the Hugs of Bloom dies, which are a Paper Pumpkin add-on. And that's the first card. Then the Coneflower Celebrations, which features this stamp set. All I used were the sentiments from it. And my die cutters have been working feverishly to get everything die cut. And so that one opens like that and like that. So it's a little bit of a fun fold for you. And you just need sentiments and something to put on the inside for focal images. And those are our heavy pressed motif dies. And that's what I've got for the Coneflowers. And then for the beach card, which features Notes and Totes, my goats, that stamp set. I just realized I didn't even stamp a sentiment on the outside. Oh my goodness. I don't know, does it need a sentiment? Okay, and I made 3 versions of the card because your tote bag might be this, or your tote bag might be that one, or your tote bag might be the one with the hearts on it. Now, I can't control what you're gonna get. My die cutters cut 60 of them, and there is just gonna be one put in a kit, and you're gonna just get one of the pinks. But it looks great on, it always looks great. Either one of the bags. Just know that there are different versions. The tutorial is gonna show all 3 of the versions in it, so that you know. But you'll oh my gosh, you guys, they die cut 60 times. Like there's 2 sets of the dies here, so they had 6 times 60, 360 of those little fence posts. So they were on it, and they're already back here. We're ready to kit these up on Monday. So what did I even put on the inside? Oh, sending warm wishes. And we've got a little sun that comes from this set, and then this little heart. These 2 little hearts actually are the insides of your awesome sunglasses. You like those sunglasses? I had fun with that. So using the strawberry slush foil paper on those. Okay, so that's this monthly class. I have that online with you guys on June 12th. So we roll out of the Stampin' Fun the Sun, and then we go right into the monthly class. This one is free with a minimum order. So if you go to StampinUp.com and choose me as your demonstrator, and your order is $60 or more, you can get this class for free. So basically you'd get, for your order, you'd get these 3 card kits, just these 3 card kits. The other thing is, if you are not wanting to place an order, but you would still like to buy this class, you can. It's $19 plus shipping. And shipping is either as your core $6, or if it's an add-on class, it's only $2 to ship. So it's $21. So just depends if you're getting anything else with it or not. All right, so coneflower celebrations is that one. I have my little recipe card so we know what we're doing. And that's notes and totes. Okay, so that's the monthly class. Boom, one down. Now, the next one in my book here, or my box, is Extraordinary Flora. Oh my goodness, I just looked yesterday. I saw the washi tape is out of stock, and I looked and it says it's coming back June 16th. So the Let's Just Stamp for June features Extraordinary Flora. You guys, we designed this class. So this is the stamp set. I don't even think we use the stamp set. This stamp works with the dies, but the washi tape works. I got the washi tape here. Hang on, you guys. Let me just show you what the cards look like. One moment. I think I have it here. I don't know. I might have taken it upstairs. Okay, I think I took it upstairs. I can't find it in the first 10 seconds. So the washi tape is big like this. Oh man, you know what? I can show it to you in here. I wonder if the index is going to have, where would the washi tape be? I don't see it there. I was going to guess it's with, where did we put it? Where did we put that washi tape? I hope, let's think about this. There it is. It's under embellishments. Okay. There's this Extraordinary Floral washi tape. And what happens is this roll, you can get, it has 30 of this color pattern and it has 30 of the purpley color pattern. So when Diane and I sat down last Saturday and we designed the cards, we cut the pieces for the red pattern and the purple pattern. You get 30 of those sets on the roll. So 30 pairs, or let's say 60 of total between the two colors. And the dies cut that out. So Anna Rebedu, bless her heart, she die cut 120 of those sets, right? So 60 of each color, 120 total. She die cut all those pieces. We designed the cards in a way that every little piece from that washi tape got consumed in the 3 cards. So all these little pieces here and on the sides on each of these are already cut and they're kitted in each specific card for you. Talk about the easy button. We contemplated giving you one bag that had all of them. And I think for my online community, like you guys would have been fine. But Diane thought for her in-person community, that would be a headache and a half. And she wasn't wanting that challenge. So we decided that Anna, you guys, you'd like, there was maybe 25 different containers and she die cut everything. And then she divided it all up and sorted it so that as we were kitting yesterday, these got kitted yesterday, as we were kitting, we laid out the pieces for each card and we put them all individually on them. Michelle Foran, the class for the notes and totes was the monthly card class, the monthly. So with that being said, you need a sentiment, and a sentiment. And we used With You in Mind, You Are Remarkable, and Beautiful Butterflies. And we did not even use the stamp set. Sad face, sorry about that. But you could always stamp on the inside, congratulations, right? Time to celebrate, congratulations. But we did make that a birthday card, and we even put some of the die cuts on the inside here. See? So, all right, so that's Let's Just Stamp. Let's Just Stamp is very similar to the monthly class in that it is free with a $60 order, or you can pay for it. It's $19 plus shipping, and shipping is either $6 or $2, depending on if you add it to a package or not. You guys, all the embossing is done for you. Anything die cut like that is die cut. You really literally just have to add your own sentiments and adhesive and your own ink colors to it. And we used black primarily on everything sentiment related, and then a few focal images got color. And this one, like, so let's say you're thinking, oh, I'd really like to get both of those classes free with an order. Can I put them on the same order? Yes, you can. You just have to make sure that you're at least over $120 on your order and you pick me as your demonstrator. Then you could pick both of these classes free with an order. And it can be one order. I get that question asked a lot. And as long as it's over $60 and it's over $60, so let's say over $120, perfect, okay? All right, so that's Let's Just Stamp. Extraordinary Flora Flowers. All right, that one online with you guys is June 16th. All right, next we're going to talk about the Suite class. The Suite bundle class features Scenic Adventures. Now, Scenic Adventures is not a suite. That's why we call it Suite bundle classes. I don't know. It was really hard finding suites to work with when we're dividing them up between ink, paper, scissors and the Technique Club class. And so I wanted something manly man too, because we have Father's Day coming up. So just know, if you are good with the June 10th is our shipping date. June 10th is a Tuesday. You may, okay, I can't promise that you'll have your cards by a certain time, right? Because once they leave here, they're out of my hands. Father's Day is early this year. It's the third Sunday, which makes it the 15th because the first is on a Sunday. So Father's Day is here. So what happens is, if I mail my boxes out to you guys on the 10th, you may get them as early as the 11th if you live here in Wisconsin. That happens. And you may not get them till next week if you live on the East or the West Coast. So you may or may not have them in time to use them. So I wouldn't necessarily rely on them for Father's Day cards, but you could always save them and use them for next year for Father's Day, or you could always give a belated Father's Day card. So anyways, that's my thought, is we definitely picked a manly man set for, or anybody who loves nature and outdoors, right? Not stereotyping, but like, I like this card a lot. Tyler went ham over it. But people like nature, outdoorsy cards, right? So they could be used for anything. And we did try to make them more specific for June for Father's Day to be used. And again, it came early this year. So who's calling? Kelly's calling. Please text me. How about that? All right. So Scenic Adventures is the bundle that we used, right? So it's this. Now there's a complimentary set called Weekend Adventures. And I used the coffee mug. I used the Taking the Scenic Route. That's where the cheers comes from on this card. And the little dots here that I put on the moon and for the sand. So I did use this set. And I pulled in an oldie but a goodie. Thanks to Carissa, she was suggesting this set get pulled in. It's called Greatest Journey. Now, I didn't use the stamps, but she said, why don't you pull the tent from there, that die set? And that's where the tent comes from. But you guys don't have to worry. You don't need to have the tent, because for the kit, it's already going to be die cut for you. All you have to do is glue the two pieces together and put them on your card. But it comes from Greatest Journey. All right. So these are the sets that, and I didn't use the stamp set, but I just used the dies. So this is Scenic Adventures. It's part of the annual catalog online exclusive. You guys will get it online with me on June 19th. And there is I'll go through the cards here in a moment. There is an ordering special. That's what this little asterisk means. If you go to the back end of my schedule here, if you order the Scenic Adventures bundle, plus the Weekend Adventures designer paper, which is what I used on all the cards, and the neutral matte dots, which are very complimentary. And honestly, if you didn't want to order the neutral matte dots and you'd rather get the sparkle gems, which I used, great. But if you order basically the bundle, that DSP, and an embellishment to match, the value is around $70. You can pick out an embellishment or a ribbon of your choice, valued up to $8, okay? So it's a way for me to give a little bit back, because you guys liked that bundle and that DSP and the gems enough that you're like, man, I really want it. Now, with that purchase, then you would get the class for free and the gift. And again, it's got to be, like, I think that total was $70. So let's say you want to order $60 for the first class, $60 for the second class, and then you ordered this specific product for $70, you could wrap that all into one order. That's okay. So this was the one Tyler absolutely loved. And again, I wanted to use that Weekend Adventures. Tyler's like, can you just add more Mossy Meadow to this card? Like, can you make the base Mossy Meadow? Can you make that Mossy Meadow? I'm like, but Tyler, I'm trying to use this plaid paper that has Cajun Craze in it. And he's like, oh, I get it. If you guys had some sort of a star background embossing folder or stamp, you could also stamp the black to have more of a cloudy, spooky look to it too. Or not spooky, right? But a textured background you could. Then I had this guy, which I added the little spots to the moon and taking the scenic route. But again, you guys, stamp whatever you want here. Don't think, oh, I don't like that card because of that sentiment. It's a kit that's going to come with die cut, die cut, die cut, punch, gems, and you can put whatever sentiment you want on it. And then on the inside, I've got some trees. Again, make it birthday, make it Father's Day, make it thinking of you, make it a graduation card, make it I love you, make it whatever you want. Same with this one. I made it happy birthday, but don't tell Tyler. You can make it any sentiment. You're gonna get a little strip of paper here and you can stamp it. But Anna's already on the die cutting of that stuff. I did stamp some clouds back here. So the clouds come from the Scenic Adventure. And so that's stamped there. And then I've got on the inside like that. Let's Celebrate comes from, oh, that's crooked. Simply Said. That is a little bit crooked, but oh well, you know, that happens sometimes. And then I had to take it easy on the next card because we had a lot of die cutting. And we had a lot of die cutting with only 5 days to prep it. So on the next card, I did make it a little bit more simple. And I didn't use any of the fancy die cuts, but this will be die cut, die cut, die cut, and embossed for you. And then we added some of that other paper on the side here. So a little bit more simpler of a card. And I put the coffee cup in that one. So what about the pop-in bundle for the game night? Sorry, I missed earlier live. Pop-in bundle. Pop-in. What's pop-in? Oh, the popcorn. Oh, Angelique, what do you think about that? I think Angelique's still watching. You're right, there is a popcorn. Now the question is, what do others think about doing for the popcorn? Because I feel like what Michelle is asking about, we were trying to game plan last night for the game. We were trying to game plan for the game night. And she asked about doing the popping bundle, which I'm going to guess is somewhere in here. That guy. The thing is it easy? So my general thought is, are people going to have this stamp set because it's very specific? Or are we able to create 4 awesome cards not using the stamps, but generally featuring the dies, kind of like what we do here? I don't know if you guys catch it, but I and my team, we generally design cards that are heavy on the die cutting and embossing. So you don't have to be feeling like you have to buy specific stamp sets to make the cards. Like you just need sentiments on these. So, and some other background stuff. So this class is $60 with an order. So free with a $60 order. Or if you want to buy it, it's $22 plus shipping. And again, shipping is either 6 or 2, depending on if it's the only class or the core class on your order, or if it's an add-on class. And we're doing it on June 19th. And this is called Scenic Adventure. And remember, there is an ordering special. If you order the specific bundle, the weekend adventure paper, and either like these sparkle gems, or if you get the neutral matte dots, I don't care which gem you would buy with that order, you would get the class free plus a ribbon or embellishment at $8. All right, I don't think a lot of people have that set. That's exactly what I was thinking, Sherry. And Sandy doesn't care for the popcorn bundle. Yeah, so my thought for popcorn set was I was gonna potentially feature it in a monthly class where we would have one card and you wouldn't necessarily have to have the stamps, but the popcorn would somehow be created that the dies would be heavily used, and so people get to experience the bundle by not having to have the stamp set. So that was my thought on that. What about choosing an ephemera pack with sayings for game night? Ooh, okay, that is something to think about. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that in the back of the radar. That's a good idea too. All right, so that's the sweet class, you guys. Next, then, we have ink, paper, scissors. Ink, paper, scissors features celebratory sips, which is an online exclusive. And just to put it out there, July is floral impressions. We switched. August was going to be boho vibes, but you guys almost unanimously, that's a hard word, unanimously voted to do beautiful gallery. Like, I got a lot of positive feedback about doing beautiful gallery and not so much about boho vibes. So we switched August to be beautiful gallery. Where, to go back to the sweet, in July, we're going to feature kintsugi, so the broken pottery. And in August, we're going to do florals in bloom. Okay, for monthly, I don't have anything picked for July or August, so don't ask me quite yet. All right, so for celebratory sips, that's the name of the suite. But the bundle is called Cheers and Sips. Oh, they also have card bases to coordinate. That is a good point. Jean likes the popcorn and the scenic adventures. Oh, good. I'm glad you like them. Cheers and Sips. All right. We didn't really use anything from the set except for Cheers and Let's Celebrate. If you guys wanted, you could stamp your stampy stamps. But with ink, paper, scissors, you get a quarter pack of the designer paper. For this one, you're going to get the strawberry slush ribbon, and you're going to get the ink colored pretty flat pearl things. And in your designer paper, you get drinks. So this paper is really cool that one sheet is all drinks. And we're going to have Karen Wetstein cut up the middle, like at a haphazard. So you're going to get half this side or half this side. And there are enough purple and greens to do this card. And Anna's already on cutting your little stirring sticks, right? And this one, you're like, well, wait, there's velvet purpley ribbon on there. And that is true. That's not going to be in your roller ribbon, but my mom is cutting 4 inches for everybody to go on this card. So that'll be specific in this card kit. But the rest of the cards use the strawberry slush because we were able to pull strawberry slush into the next 3 cards. And you guys might feel like, ooh, this looks like deja vu to the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. And you are correct. We cased that card in case you're wondering. This one is for the big party. That's for the big party card. And then this is for the mini party card. But we had these drinks left and these papers left. And we're like, well, why not? It's a cool smaller size card, right? A normal size card, I should say. And everything, just hang on, fell on the floor here. Okay, back to track. Okay, so that's the one card. And with these, you guys have enough to decorate your envelopes, kind of like what we did last night for class. This one features the Melon Mamba with the tiger. Grr, I'm Tony, the tiger. Grr. And then this one is my favorite, I think. Oh, I love the colors on this one. The strawberry slush with the cloud cover. This drink right here is what I've been craving since I saw this paper. I gotta figure out how to make a drink like that, but that's the last one. So, and this one's a little bit of a different type of fold, and we'll give you all the measurements to cut your cardstock like that. And so those are the celebratory sips. Now, same thing on this one, we cut back a little bit. Normally we would have made 96, but we did put it at 80, which is exactly what we did for the Lovely Garden, and then we still have a wait list for the Lovely Garden. But I would say if you're interested in these, you don't need to have the stamp set, so maybe you're not the biggest fan. And if you're not an alcoholic drinker, you don't have to assume that these have alcohol in them. They could be mocktails, right? And that could be cranberry juice, and that could be mango juice. This could be a tea. Like you don't have to assume they have alcohol in them, right? But if your mind wants you to have alcohol in them, then definitely, like, yep, that's a mojito. And that is a vodka, something on the rocks, right? So this is an iced tea, right? So I was looking at them, and at first I thought they were more alcohol looking-ish, and they very well could be, but they could also be without alcohols, because I know not everybody always drinks and wants to promote that. So they could go either way, right? These cards could go either path. Now, that's ink, paper, scissors, and the number one question I get is, go back and forth. Somebody placed an order, and I ask them what class they would like, and they tell me they would like the ink, paper, scissors, and I have to go back to them and say, I'm so sorry, ink, paper, scissors is not ever offered free with an order. It's always fee-based, and that's because it includes ribbon and gems and designer paper, and it's $41, or if you're going to do porch pickup or in person with Diane, it's $34. So just a note, if you ever ask for an ink, paper, scissors for free with an online order, or an order, I'm going to always say no. Sadly, I'm going to say no. Now, last night we did Lovely Garden, and I'm just going to put this out there. I know I have 3 people on my wait list for this. So if anybody was still on the fence about doing the Lovely Garden ink, paper, scissors last night, I could make it happen, but I'd like to have at least 4 to 8 people that are interested in it before I commit to it, and that would ship out in your June package or by itself if you don't have anything else. Okay, so that's ink, paper, scissors, which is right there. And that one with you guys is towards the end of the month. It's June 26th, which is a Thursday night. All right, mystery card. We get the old magnifying glass out and we give you clues. Clue 1 usually comes, oh, I like to say I used to be a week ahead of time. Now, unfortunately, it seems like I'm giving the clue out in the morning. We always say we're going to do better. So just know that if it gets to be 9 o'clock the morning of class and I haven't sent clue 1, then you could reach out to me. But it's been hard with, especially with Disney in there and the trip. And Jolene helps me with clue number 1 and writing it. So I will show you what we did for May. This was the awesome card that Jolene had planned, and she's going to plan something else for us for June. Just know that I don't always get it out so early anymore like I used to, but ultimately we give you the measurements that you need for the paper, and then I pull my stuff usually at like 5:20 right before class, and then we make the card together, and you guys also pull your stuff out together, you know, ahead of time or during, or you watch it and then you do it. But that's mystery card night. So mystery card night is set to be with you guys on June 16th. Okay, so Rose does the Technique Club class. So for those of you who are in Canada, just know that I work with Rose on the Sweet class and the Technique Club class. So if you're in Canada and you're interested in that Scenic Adventures class, make sure you reach out to her. She's in my calendar, on that calendar that we were going over. But I have here from Rose, she sent me pictures. So she's featuring notes and totes, and the technique is the faux suede technique. This class is free with a $60 order, and you earn perks at the end of doing 10 consecutive months in a row. And her 3 cards look like this, and I know this might be a little bit hard to see, but she featured notes and totes. And so we've got the black and pink tote. Oh, that's cool. I didn't really capture what but they look like the sunglasses, like, you know what I mean? She's got the sunglasses and the fence in the beach. I love it. Relax and enjoy with the waves in the back. So these are her 3 cards that she featured, and there's a close-up of that one, a close-up of that one, and so faux suede. So she's going to make it look like the paper gets this faux suede look, and that's what her technique is that she's going to teach you guys. So she teaches that class via a YouTube video, and then I kit the kits up here in the States for people who want to do that class with her, and vice versa. I design the cards for the Sweet class, and then she offers them in Canada. The Technique Club class, I generally always do it on the same day that she does hers, so June 18th. Oh, well, that's interesting. June 18th and June 19th. Oh, that's in person. Wait, right there, June 19th and June 19th. She does hers at 11:30, and then I do mine in the evening at 6. Okay, so that's the first page here, you guys. Then we also have kit classes. So Kelly does the kit classes for me, and Stampin' Up! Either features 2 or 3 new kits every month. So in the month of May, in case you missed it and you want to watch these, she did this Share a Smile kit, and she puts the kits together exactly how they are offered and designed to be, right? So she did this one with you guys. I think she just did that yesterday. No, today's Friday. Yeah, yesterday morning. No, Tuesday. She did this one Tuesday. And I'll save that out because I can use that. And then the one that she did last Tuesday was this one called Beautiful Blues, I think. Laura would love popcorn cards. Good. Beautiful Blues featured all these blue cards. So go Team Blue. And they had pretty matching envelopes. And then there were 3 different designs. And you can always use them up if you want to add layers. But that was the kit classes. Those were the kit classes for May. Now, Stampin' Up! Launches or promotes or starts talking about their kits on the first Tuesday of the month. So this coming Tuesday, June 3rd, is when we can pre-order products from the new online exclusives as well as order the new kits. Now, I will say that because I went to the incentive trip in Disney and I attended general session. Oh man, this is full of stuff. I forgot about that. I got one of the kits. I forgot that I have all of the stuff in here. Hang on. Oh, this is the kit right here. So I already got the kit. This is not part of the kit, you guys. This is other stuff. But the kit is right here. I put it all together for packaging purposes. So the name of the kit is Make a Memory Scrapbooking Kit. So they gave us this. Now, this is one of the kits for the month of June. And Kelly's going to be doing this class with you, and you know what she's going to do? She told me she's going to go print pictures from our trip together, and she's going to make these pages with you and make them officially finished and have pictures in them at the end. So we already know that one of the kit classes for June is going to be called the Make a Memory Scrapbook, right? That's one of them. I don't know if she's going to do it first or second for the kit classes, but it'll definitely be in June. And then on June 3rd, when we see what the other kit is, that's when she goes ahead and creates the cover photos and we create the events. They are on the events calendar. The book's back there, but there are events on the calendar so that they show, like if you're curious when she does the kit classes, they're in that book that has the calendar. Okay. Oh, Kari said she completed the mystery card class while watching live. Wonderful. Bridget wrote, do we need to have the stamps and dies for the IPS? No. Like, you can fussy cut all those drinks out. The die only cuts out one drink. I just set them over here. The only die that cuts out the drinks is this one. It's just this. The ones that have the foliage, the roughage on the top, the die won't work because it'll cut it off. The die only cuts out the short drinks. So you would need to fussy cut, fussy, and then that one you could use the die, and these are fussy cuts. So no, you don't necessarily need to have the dies or the stamps because you could use whatever sentiments you want. But good question. All right, so that's the kit classes. Oh, you guys, I went upstairs. Hello, big boy. Hi, handsome kitten. I went upstairs to look for the paper pumpkin that Kelly did yesterday, and I still couldn't find it. So if you look back here, I've got a few pumpkins, more than a few of the May pumpkins. She did a really great job putting them together. They're awesome. If you're looking for a May paper pumpkin, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I also have the bottom two are from April. So I have a couple of those available. Once a month, Kelly does the paper pumpkin class for me as well. And in June, it'll be on the 26th. So you guys get 3 things on the 26th. Wait, Rose's class is the 19th and my class. So no, I lied. You get ink, paper, scissors, and you get the paper pumpkin in the morning. So 2 things on the 26th. Okay. Share, Create, Inspire. Okay, let me show you what we did for Share, Create, Inspire this month. I think that this was this month, and I could be wrong. This could have been, this was maybe last month. So on this one, Anna gave me a recipe, and I think this was, we did in April. So Anna gave me that recipe card. She made that card. I made this card. So Share, Create, Inspire. I actually had to do a little switcheroo on this one. My burgers and beignets. Oh, I should have updated this. Oh, it's right. It's June 18th, and I moved burgers and beignets to the 11th. And then I think this is what we did. Jenny Knutson gave me that card in May, and then I made this card, if I'm not mistaken. And so Share, Create, Inspire is where you send me a recipe card and then a card that's in an envelope, and then I make a card. For the month of June, we're featuring Susan Warmley's card. She sent me a recipe, and I need to maybe I photographed it already. I gotta photograph it. I usually put it on the events calendar and on my website, but it's gonna be switched. It is June 18th. So if you're looking in my paper calendar, it probably had it down as the 11th, but it became the 18th, and burgers is moved to the 11th. So I did an in-person class at Burgers and Beignets, and it is at 1 o'clock on a Wednesday. So we don't have any game. Oh, we do. We have a bingo in June. I actually have it correct here. It's June 26th. And just so you know, for anybody who wants to do that with me, Gina's going to be teaching the bingo. So Gina's going to do, and actually, I believe Gina's going to help me do the bingos for the rest of the year. So just keep that a note. She'll do a great job, you guys. But I'm going to keep advertising that for her because we're going to kind of collectively host it. The Craft Roulette. So if you guys watch Mary Gunn with Craft Roulette, I'm going to be her guest crafter on June 20th, which is a Friday night. So you could watch for that. For the Be Happy Stampers, I don't know if we have anything specifically in June for a team event, but come July, we have a team meeting in July. We have a swap that's due in July. And Shannon West is sponsoring via Stampin' Up! an event up at the Paper Valley Hotel in Appleton on July 12th and 13th. And so it'd be a great opportunity if anybody wants to come in from the team, and you could attend that event on Friday or Saturday, and then you could be there for my team meeting on July 13th. Shannon is actually planning to attend the team meeting with us. She's going to be here in person with me for the team meeting. So that's pretty cool. So if you're on the team, the Be Happy Stampers, and you're interested, like I know Mary Lemke might come down, or anybody wants to come over or around, you're welcome to come and hang out with us for the weekend. I do plan to attend that event with Stampin' Up! Through Shannon West on Friday, because I have my first cousin's bridal shower on Saturday, and I don't want to miss it. So I'm going to opt to go to the Friday one. But we have Tracy Sorge and her team and other bees that are going on Saturday too. So either way, there will be some yellow shirts floating around in case you guys are interested in attending a Stampin' Up! Event here locally in the Fox Valley. Okay, so Stampin' Fun in the Sun. So if we flip back down here, Stampin' Fun in the Sun is extra in June. We talked about the Paper Palooza. What rolls into July, we have an order-based class that I think we're going to be featuring the beautiful motifs bundles for that class. And the question I've gotten asked recently is about the Memories and More class. I'm on the fence. I may or may not have that class. I am looking at it as I didn't necessarily see anything that really sparked my interest for it, like a lot, that I would maybe not, I don't know. And I'm also looking at it as like, I've got so much stuff that I'm trying to get through and keep organized that I am not certain if I'm going to do that class or not. So just be on the radar that it's listed here as extras in July, but I might be cutting that out because it's just, there's there's a lot that I'm trying to keep track of, and maybe not doing one class might help save me a little bit down the road. So on the fence about that one yet. So, all right, Mimi says, I'll catch the replay. Bridal party is here, and now I have to really work. Okay, get to work, girlfriend. And all right, so what else do we need to go over? The other thing that you can look forward to also is, ooh, I've got Carissa's cards here that I can share with you. What she's got coming up, Julie Bierschbach is going to be doing her Be Creative class here in the Hive on June 11th. And for the first time ever, she's going to be going live in my YouTube channel before class. So I think it's on the calendar for maybe 3 o'clock. She's going to be in the hot seat. And so there'll be some extra added content to the online world for you guys to watch Julie do her class, which is super cool. I am going to go grab, so I have Carissa's cards here for her upcoming class, and I think Julie's might be on the table as well. I'm going to share that with you, and then I'm going to go through past classes, and I might tell you about what I have for mail. The other thing I want to talk to you about is the cloud cover ink pad. That looks like that. I have 2 of them that I've opened up, one down here and I keep one upstairs for designing, and mine have been okay. So as a demonstrator, I can buy them right now and I can do with them as I please, as long as I keep them to myself until they are sold out. And when they are sold out and are no longer an active item in the Stampin' Up! World is when demonstrators are allowed to sell them, I guess, is how I read that. So if I've had a few people that are not demonstrators, that are my customers, they have said to me that they have expressed interest in acquiring a pad in the future when they become available for demonstrators to sell and part with. Just send me a note. I guess as long as I don't sell it before it is discontinued, I am okay. And then once it's discontinued, I can make a transaction. So I guess I'm putting that out there in case there are other customers who are willing to take the chance on it. Please be aware though that they are not refundable. They are not exchangeable. They are as is. And they may or may not be the color that Stampin' Up! Intended them to be. They may be slightly darker or they might be slightly lighter, I guess. But the 2, I guess I can show you, like the batch here that I got. Okay, I just opened it up. I will find a stamp and I'll block, and I will share with you what mine looks like, okay? But I'm gonna go grab Carissa's cards. So my ink pad looks like that. I'm gonna get a block and a stamp really quick. I can show you what it looks like, and you know, maybe you're like, oh, I like that color. It matches. So let me grab Carissa's stuff. Oh, handsome kitten. You're so cute, buddy. There's that. All right. One moment, please. Just looking for Carissa's cards. And there they are. Okay. So just to show you a few other upcoming classes and what my cloud cover looks like. So if you're interested in a cloud cover and you're not a demonstrator, that you ordered it from yourself, you can reach out to me and I will keep it on my radar that after it's sold out and discontinued, we can talk shop or business. So just to show you what my cloud cover, like the two that I currently have, looks like that. I did! Nancy, you're so funny. I left that open for someone to step in. Ha ha ha. I don't know if you guys can see, but Bigger Tigger, he's right there. There. He's curled up like a little baby, sleeping on my chair where I was sitting at the computer because he's waiting for me patiently. So yes, this is what my cloud cover looks like. I don't know. To me, that looks okay. It looks like cloud cover, right? So, I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. So, but anyways, that's an option for people who are not demonstrators that you couldn't, you know, because they had, I don't know if they had like up to 10,000 pads. They had a bunch, right? So it's still available at the moment. So I can buy them for myself and do what I want with them. And if I choose to keep them in plastic until they discontinue, then I can do with them what I want after they're no longer available. And if a customer is looking to be able to get one, you know, reach out to me. And I don't think that's against compliance. And if it is, then somebody's better tell me. So the last thing I need to do is get in trouble with Stampin' Up. All right. So I have here July or June classes for Julie. So Julie Bierschbach is Be Creative Cards, her Be Creative card class. That is her information. And you can take a screenshot of this if you're interested in getting these. She featured You Are Remarkable. And these are the cards. Whoa. These are the cards that she has that she'll be making. I love how they're all different colors. The blue and the pink and the yellow. And she has it set up like this one is stamped on white paper and then fussy cut, and this one's stamped right on the rectangle, and that one's stamped right on the arch. So that's Julie's class. That's coming up now. If you guys want to get these from her kitted, she will add them to the package, and you can watch her do a live YouTube class at 3 p.m. right on this Cards by Christine YouTube channel. Okay? Now, Carissa has two classes that she does monthly. This one's called her Something Old, Something New card class. And that's her information. And look at these. I love this. Look at all that. So cool. This flap is kind of in the way, but it's a pocket card, which is super cool. Hi, Joy Moody. Yep, so there's a pocket card. She used that mother of pearl paper and she embossed it with the splatter embossing folder. So cool. So that's something old, I would have to guess. This is something new. This is something borrowed and something blue. I would have to say, I don't know what she borrowed. I'd have to ask her. But there's Have a Lovely Day. Sending Loving Thoughts. She used, oh man, the gilded leafing. She did tell me she used the gilded leafing. Oh, it's going to be a hot, not a hot mess. It's going to be a gold mess. And there's that card, which is like it opens this way and opens that way. So this is her Something Borrowed, Something Old, Something New class. And then her other class is called Textured Gallery. And so that's her information. And That one's cool. I like these when they go like that. So yellow with black, granny with black, azure with black, and then she's got, it looks like razzleberry. I don't know, is that razzleberry? Maybe it's not razzleberry, but I'm drawing a blank. I'm not certain. Berry Burst. Ha! It's Berry Burst. She's a vegetarian. So, it's a song, you guys. But not really. All right, so that's Textured Gallery. All right, so that's what Carissa has to offer and Julie Bierschbach has to offer. I do not have any of Gina's stuff here at the moment. But if you guys want any of their things, you need to reach out to them directly. I do not do a good middleman because you would not be happy with me being a middleman. I can barely handle my own communication. So if you want those classes, you need to coordinate with them and payment goes to them, right? I just help facilitate the connection if you want their classes, which I've always said to people that if, you know, we all have a fixed amount of money that we can spend on stamping. And if you choose to support somebody on my team because I showed it to you versus taking a card class with me, I'm okay with that. And I did notice over the last few months that I've had less people taking my card classes. And I know that Gina's been kidding a lot. Carissa had 36 people that did her, whatever. I was going to say beautiful motifs class, but it wasn't. It was whatever she did in May. And I know that Julie's been doing classes. And so it's great, you guys. I love it to see that you support my team of demonstrators as well. And all right, so I don't know. I think I went through everything that is upcoming. And what I want to go through next is everything that I have from the past. So it's Berry Burst. I got it, Carissa. I put it together in my head. And I would say, it used to be Mary Merlot, she's a vegetarian. It's a song, right? And Krista knows that song because I was singing it with her when we were designing cards. And now Mary Merlot retired, so I can't sing that song anymore. So now I say Berry Burst, she's a vegetarian. It's a song, but not using those words. It's Mary Mo, I think. But anyways, so I'm going to go through what I have from the past. And if you guys are on my website, the cardsbycrispy.com, and you go to resources and you scroll down towards the bottom, I have all the past classes available. So what I'm going to do is go through and show you, because I have people potentially that didn't know that these are left over. I have people that are newer to me that didn't realize I had these as past available classes. And the great thing about these is that you just pay the reduced shipping price. I can put everything together in a small padded envelope or a box if we get a lot of stuff, and you don't have to pay the full shipping price. So if there are things that you see, make sure you jot down the name of the class and then send the list when you send cbcenroll@gmail.com an email. Make sure you include any of these past classes that are available. We'll make sure that we add them if they are available. What are you doing for the In Color Club? Connie Moore. Well, that's a really good question. I don't have them designed yet. So, and I look at it that I have 12 people who join me for the In Color Club, and you're one of them. And I made an announcement during the last showcase that I was not going to have the ability to design them before Disney, because I really wanted to use the new In Color designer paper, which was not part of our pre-order. And I didn't want to expedite the order to pay for it to get it before, because it would have just added more stress to my pile before the trip. So long story short, it's after the trip, and I know that all the card bases, so you'll get 3 cards with each color for a total of 15 cards. And each card base is going to be, I don't know, let me go grab it. I'll show you. We got it all prepped. We got this much prepped, right? We've got it this far, okay? So yes, I will say this is the cart in front of the horse, but we have all of this cut, right? And like the bases. So I do know that your bases are going to be each of the colors, and your white insides are cut already. Okay, so that's as far as we are. The outside is still up here, and just know that they're going to be pretty awesome, amazing In Color cards, right? They're going to be a little bit not over the top with lots of die cut pieces and small frilly things. They're going to be more in line with how I did them last year, where there'll be strips of designer paper and labels for sentiments where you don't have to necessarily have specific stamps. Okay, so that's a little bit of me being honest, you guys. I know like Patsy was asking about them. I did say that I knew I would not have time to mail them out with your May packages. So basically your June So some people took the whole shebang right off the bat, and I'll have all 15 of your cards ready for you for your June package. And some people are doing monthly, and just know that the May cards and the June cards. So we did Secret C in May, and then I don't remember whatever June is. Those, you'll have 6 cards then, Connie, in your June package. I promise they'll be in there. These are going to get designed before Stampin' Fun the Sun, and then during Stampin' Fun the Sun, at some point we'll carve out 2 hours and we'll get them kitted up. So that's the plan. All right, Karen Westing, I'll see you on the replay. Mossy Meadow would work well for that song. Mossy Meadow, she's a vegetarian. Yes, it would actually. Very good. All right, so I hope that answers your question, Connie Moore, and anybody else who signed up for the In Color Club, like Francis and Vicky, for you guys. Like, whoa, you're coming on Wednesday. So my goal will have to have these kits done by Tuesday. Okay, we'll figure it out. Like, it always gets done. That's a check mark, right? Tyler makes fun of me because I do that a lot. I'm like, yup, we're doing it. So, all right, so rocking and rolling through past classes now. I'm going to take about 20 minutes to go through these. And what I'm going to do is show you the cards, and then I'm going to kind of talk about how many kits I have left so you have an idea. And just know that you can always add this to your wish list for later, or add it to your list that you want now. So I do 4 quarterly order-based class a year. And we're at the point where not this month, but probably by next month, this Otters one would be available for purchase. Unless Carissa tells me just make it for purchase. But normally I wait 6 months after an order-based class happens before offering it up that it's for availability of purchasing it. Just because we don't generally try to keep a lot of classes extra, but we try to honor that those people who place orders to get the class for free, but like that we respect that. They place an order and I appreciate that. The thing is that if I'm still sitting with 7 or 6 kits left and it's 6 months later, I don't think if I'm going to get orders for them necessarily. So then we might put them up then we would after 6 months. And so this class was offered in January. So come July, then this class would be available for a fee. Otherwise, I think right now we're just going to say it's still an order-based class. And it featured the Otters, which are these 4 cards. So this was free with a $60 order, this class. So it is free with a $60 order. And what happens with the order-based classes is you get 6, for this case we have 6 6x6 sheets, and you use that DSP and you've got enough left over to do insides and envelopes. So for the Otters, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So for those of you who are interested in this class and you'd rather pay for it than get it free with an order, just know that when I do my next showcase, which will be the end of June, coming in July, then in July this class would be available for $22. But for now it's a $60 order. So that's, I think we made the decision on that. This class, this one here, this is the Zinnia class. Oh man, you guys. So there's probably 15 here for the Zinnia, and you did need to have some sort of a flower image for this one. So most of the, okay, so this is Let's Just Stamp, monthly class, sweet class. Those are always free with an order, or you can pay for them. The 3 cards are always $19. The 4 cards are $22. So this is Let's Just Stamp, 3 cards for $19, or free with an order. And so that is what that is. Now this one is the Let's Just Stamp that was Memorable Blooms in February. So flowers, flower, again. In this case, you would need to have the flowers and something to color them in with. But you could also leave them off of that, and you could stamp something else in that white blank space. Okay, so that is what I have for those 2 Let's Just Stamps. Let's sneak them back in here. This one is, I got a few less, maybe 6 left of that one. Okay, next one is in this tub. I have the Regal Floor, you guys. This one was from December. And this is when we started to see the decline in people. Maybe it was December too, but I think there's probably 15 card kits there as well. This one, I just love these cards. You needed some sort of focal images of flowers on them, but they were small flowers and small foliages. And they featured Blackberry Bliss with Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight-ish, or Boho, I guess it was, and the wild wheat. But you guys, wild wheat in a pretty way. Like, I felt like that was a very pretty, nice card. And especially pretty for a sympathy card. So this is the Regal. This one was Regal Winter Class, and this was the Sweet Class from December. Right, so that's about how many I got left of those. This one was the Let's Just Stamp from March, and it's called With You in Mind, featuring Petunia Pop. And so we had a thank you card, a thinking of you card, and the happy birthday, like that. So this was Let's Just Stamp, free with an order, or you could pay for it. And then the July monthly class of last year, so July of 2024, it featured translucent florals, inspiring snapdragons, and loveliest trees. So you needed some dragonflies, some splotchies, some background stamp sentiments, and maybe some clouds. And those clouds were from Playing in the Rain. So that was the monthly. And there's maybe 10 there, I'm guessing. This one, there was only 6-ish. This one, again, another one. I got a boatload. This was the Let's Just Stamp Poise Peony. Okay, I don't know if you guys didn't like the peonies, or again, this was December. Something was going on. But this was December. And for this one, you needed some stamps as well. Some floral stamps that you could color in. Again, you got a blank palette, and you could stamp what you wanted on it. But that one's very Regal-esque. Right, so those are the Let's Just Stamp cards from December. Oh, Connie Moore, what are you doing for the In Color Club? You meant for the stamp pad. Okay, I'm still confused. I meant for the stamp pad. Oh, Connie. All right, I get what you're asking now. I emailed everybody in the In Color Club, and I asked them what they wanted to do. So it was a personal preference. I have cloud cover as your last color for the club, which is in September. People could pick that ink pad, and if they did, I cannot give it to you until it's gone. So I was hoping that by September, it is no longer available, and it could continue to go in your In Color Club, just like it would normally have. Now, there was one person out of 12 that was not interested in the actual ink pad, and they wanted the ink spots, and they were going to refill an ink spot with the cloud cover ink refill. And so for that person, the ink spots, the blank white ones, I think were $8 or $10. It was within $1 difference. So for that person, I'm just giving them 5 ink spots, which is the same value as the ink pad, and then they can re-ink their own and make their own boho blue cloud cover. So, but out of the 11, I had emailed everybody asking what their preference was. So you'll have to let me know if you do not want the cloud cover pad in September as your ink pad. And if you do, no, you don't have to even tell me. Because as of right now, I'm assuming you want the cloud cover, because I think people told me if they didn't. So, all right, I'm glad you explained what you were asking. And then everybody in a nutshell got to hear about the cards not being designed, but that's okay. All right, so now I have this box right here. And this box has the storybook in it. So from right here, we have storybook moments, which there's this many. And this is the one where you got a set, and sometimes they were different, but you didn't need to have anything but sentiments for this class. Oh, he's so adorable. I love that little farmer dude. Okay, and so that was one set, but you might have gotten that chipmunk instead, you might have gotten that dude instead, and you might have gotten that one, right? So they were pretty interchangeable. But that one I have 8 maybe. Okay, and then for the one in front of it here is the wildflower birthdays. I have just a tad more, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There might be 9 of this one, and there might be 8 of that one. Guess I don't know for certain. Same thing here. You either got a pink cake or an orange cake. You got a pink cupcake or a blue cupcake, or you got a bouquet like this, or you got a different bouquet, right? They were very universal though. All right, so wildflowers there, and then this one was Storybook Garden. So I've got the sweets for both April and March available. All right, so that's that box. In April, I also have, oh my gosh, tons of this one, the In Color Retirement. So for this guy, it featured the In Colors that were retiring, and there were two different layouts or designs. There was either that layout or that layout, and you got a card in one of the colors. It wasn't two cards, it was like, but you might have gotten the copper in that layout, or you might have gotten the Moody Mauve in that layout, or the Pebbled Path in this layout. But you got 5 cards, and you had enough to do envelope flaps. So you can see here, there's a chunk here, maybe 10 left of that one. Yeah, about 10 or 11. Okay. All right, then we have this tote, Smogoats, right here. This one has, I have a couple of Roses Technique Club class from recent. I have 2 of the memorable blooms that featured that technique, which was really cool. So I have 2 memorable blooms from April, and I have 2 florals in bloom for May. All right, so that's that one. And then the In Color from March, I have this class, which had the peach, the cross, and the umbrellas. I don't know, there's probably like 10 of that one left. This one is the April of 25, the monthly class. So I have the April and the March here back to back. This one was the Lobsters, the Dino, and the Floral Delight. So I've got about the same amount of that one in here. All right, we'll put that guy like that. All right, then in this box, I have some stuff. Let's see here. This was the order-based class in April, featuring Twisted in Time, and it featured that card, that card, that card, and that one. Now, since this one was just in March, this one is still free with a $60 order. And I've got maybe 10 there. Now for the sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah, I may have this, I have one here, so I may still have one left. And those were the lobster card, the mushroom card, the Bloom Impressions, accordion fold, and then there was the fruit card. And I'd have to look in my book, but I'm pretty certain, as long as nobody's signed up for it recently, there may be one left. And again, if you reach out and ask for it and I don't have it, I'll just tell you I don't necessarily have it. Then this was Rose's Technique class. I have the Snowy Wonder from December. I have Friends for Life from August, and I think I have 5 of those. And I have the Bistro Burger and that Snowy Wonder. So I've got a couple of hers from last year, and that's it. This was my sample embellishment share from the Spring Mini catalog that's available now that it's the last one. It was always my sample. So if anybody's interested in that embellishment share, they can let me know. And I believe that I've got the ribbon one here too, that if you are interested in a ribbon share from the Spring Mini, that's available. The Sentimental Christmas was the order-based class in October. So this is available for purchase, or it could be free with an order. That's my favorite. Like, I love the tree card. So cool. And then we've got a Christmas card here, the snowflake card, and then the shaded spruce card here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left of that one. So get in down there. Little by little, they eventually go away into somebody's happy home. Then I have the Fun Folds that was from the catalog launch class on January 2nd. I have like, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, like maybe 10. That's not so bad. But we did a different version of a mushroom card here. And then we had the rainbow card that was an easel card. And then the fruit card, like that. And then there was, this guy was super cool, like that. So I have about 10 left of that Fun Folds class, free with an order, or you can purchase it. And then this was my paper share that I have left here. That was my sample from the spring. This was my spring one. So it's available now. I used it as my demonstration. Like, I never really used it, but it was always the one that I would show off, and it ended up being the last one. So now this is available. This is the Spring Mini product share. It has the 6x6 sheet of everything. And then from the fall, I had one paper share left of that and one embellishment share left from the fall one, in case anybody is interested. These are also available. It's a great sampling of a lot of product in case you want to have a variety to work with. So those are also available. So I showed off the new one for the annual catalog. These are the spring and the holiday. So that's this box. Then this box right here is monthly class from February of 24 last year. And you either got a coral or a blue. So basically, like, it was this combination or that combination. I have a handful of these left. I think I only have one of these left. So I think I got to pull one for somebody. I got to look to see who it was. I wrote somebody in my book recently. I got to pull it to ship in June. So I'm pretty sure there's only one in color retirement left. This was last year's in color retirement class with the orchid, the Starry Night, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, and Help. I'm drawing a blank on the pink color. I wanted to say Strawberry Slush, but it's not. All right. Gotta think about that one. This was the monthly class of August of 23. I have 2 left of this guy. It features these three cards. Little Dreamers, Timeless Arrangements, and Fishing. And then I have one left of this one, and it's the monthly class of April of last year, featuring Encircled in Nature, Everyday Details, and Beach Days. I think just one. That's what it looks like there. And this one is August monthly class of last year. We All Live in a Yellow Submarine, and the Fishing, and then the Seaside Wishes. So those 3, and I have 3 left of that one. Okay, so that's that little box, getting down there. This one is what's left of the sweet class from just this last February. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10. And the class was called the Floral Delight Sweet Class from February. So you needed a sentiment, a sentiment, a sentiment, and a sentiment. I just love that card a lot. Okay. Sweet Sorbet. Thank you. Carissa got it. Sweet Sorbet. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think I would have thought about that or figured it out. And so did Marie. Knew it was Sweet Sorbet. I love it. Okay. So that's what I have left of the Floral Delight class from the Sweet from February. And then we also have the Sweet from January. Was called Hearts of Elegance. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of this one. And we had our little book card. And these were Valentine's Day-esque, but you could have also used them for anniversary or a wedding card, right? So we've got those beautiful Hearts of Elegance cards. And then this one back here is the Season of Elegance. So this one was November's, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of that one. So you guys might be getting back into the Christmas time mode here. So we've got a couple of Christmas card classes left that would help you get a jump start on your Christmas cards. So those are those 4 cards that were part of that. Have you ever considered giving just one card out of a kit class as the drawing instead of an embellishment? You could start with the ones you have the most left over. Oh my goodness. That's a really good idea, Kari. I have not considered that, but that is a great idea, right? Instead of giving out, so like I will give a partial pack of some DSP or gems or retired ribbons. But you're right. What I should do is pick some of these oldest ones and just give out a card as a prize and then put that in. And you know what could come with it then too is whatever class that card was from is sending the person the PDF tutorial for the entire class, right? So they get the tutorial and they may already have the tutorial, but They get the card kit, and then they get the tutorial that comes with it. I like that idea. I do. I like that. That would help move you guys, because I will have to say, before October of last year, I hardly had any card kits left. I hardly had any. Like, our forecasting was spot on, and it started to happen. Like, you can see here, we hardly have anything for November. There was hardly anything for October. There's really a little bit of the monthly classes that were the only ones that are really left that are older. Almost all of this stuff is from December and forward. So it's been since the last 6 months. And now that's why we started to cut back on the numbers. Like, we dropped from 96 to 80 for ink, paper, scissors. For the sweet class this month, we dropped. Normally I had been doing 96, but you can see I've got all them all left. We dropped down to 60 for the sweet class. And for Let's Just Stamp, we did drop last month from 60 to 52. And then we had 4 people that missed out. So we went back to 60 for Let's Just Stamp this month. And then for the monthly class, I kept it at 60 because I felt like, because I do a lot of those. I do it in person 3 times. So yeah, but that's a really great idea. I think I might just do that. Yes, you guys, Sherry said the same thing and Jennifer said the same thing, because it allows for me to move the cards out as a prize, and you guys get a card kit to put together, right? It's finding a happy home for the card kit. I think that's a fabulous idea. I need to start going through which ones that I could just start doing that with. Perfect. Okay, I love it. So Let's Just Stamp. This is the Artful Amaryllis. So again, we ended up with in November here, Let's Just Stamp by like maybe 10. And I mean, they're really, all these cards to me are really pretty. I think that just, it's slowed down in the card making world for me a little bit with people getting the kits. Or again, it was people maybe had, they're working on their current kits that they have. So October Let's Just Stamp featured our Regal Flora. And this was our red, white, and blue class. So it was really cool that we were able to come right out of the Wounded Warrior project benefit and did those, and that was in October. Again, I mean, there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4 left, so there's not a lot. So the ones though that I have 10 and 15 left, absolutely though, I love that idea. See, you guys, we're a community. We think about ideas to help. This is Changing Leaves. I only have 2 left of this Changing Leaves one. This was from the September Let's Just Stamp. Okay. Jean would love to get a card instead of an embellishment. Well, what I think what's really cool about getting the card is you guys can make the card and then send the card. And you're not sitting with it as like an unused embellishment or collecting more stuff in your craft room. You can make it and send it, right? Or use it as a sample. This one, so this is January's monthly class. This is when I noticed, again, January, like normally we do 60, but there was about 15 less people online that did this class than normal. And they were 2 kind of more Valentine's Day cards. And then there was one that was the Grown with Love. So that was January's. Like, this would be a great one that I just start working through these. Hello, Francis Rodriguez. I'll be watching the replay, and I can't believe that you guys will be with me this week. Yes, I know. So exciting. Okay, so that's that box. Then I have just one more box, I think, to go. Oh, 2 more boxes. Oh, just a couple more things, guys. I'll show you these, and then I think we'll button it up. This is my box of extra. Now, you can't see how many I have, but this is like beautiful butterflies, ink, paper, scissors. I think I had 10 left of this one featuring the butterflies, and I was talking to somebody about it. It's like, you guys, maybe we're butterflied out, but like I think we did 96 and I have 10 left. So that's why we had extra. But then for the mixed media floral, we ran out. And I think we did 88 for mixed media floral. So we did drop already by a little bit. All right, this is to market. And I don't know, like we were trying to think on this one, was it that there was a lot of fussy cutting involved in this class? But I think I have 15 left of this one, which was to market. And maybe now that we come out to the growing season again, people might see this and be like, oh yeah, I could use that card. But I think I have 15 left to market. This one was called, oh man, what was it called? It was a game night from last July. It was something sayings. But I loved it. It was all the different colors, and then all we did was add sentiments to the front. And You got some cool layouts. So that was an ink, paper, scissors. Now, it's kind of like an ink, paper, scissors now where it has the ribbon, the gems, and the DSP. I have from the festive Stamp-a-Stack, I think there are 7 left with the 14 card class that featured that little bit festive Stamp-a-Stack. So you get the ribbon, the gems, and the designer paper, and the kits to make 14 cards. So again, Christmas is rolling around, and you may or may not have gotten this, but if you haven't, it might be a great jump start on your Christmas cards, or if you did get it, maybe you'd get it again and you'd have 14 cards ready to go. Masterfully Made was December of 2 years ago. I think I have like just 2 left of this one. And that feature, they're so pretty cards. The fracking technique there, and then a pinwheel. And you really didn't need anything but sentiments, or more or less, and some background stamp there. The Forever Love was ink, paper, scissors of last year in February. I think I might have 6 left of this one. It's hard to gauge, you guys, how much to make, because I always feel so bad if I run out. It really is oh man, I have to tell somebody no. Season of Chic, I think I have 1, potentially 2 left of this one. This was, I think, from July of 23. You got the curvy, wavy trim in this one, and the sparkle gems, and then the Season of Chic designer paper. So there's that. Then I have 2 more back here. One is the iconic celebrations, and the other is the autumn splendor, or expressions, autumn expressions, or splendors, and something. It was 8 cards, so we had it kitted for 8 cards. 2 of them were like that, which were super cool, and then you put your sentiment on the back. This was like 8 puzzle piece, I call it a puzzle, like that. And then these 2 were paired up together, really pretty. This one I think I had actually maybe like 20 left of. And then these 2 are really cool. We paired them up. I know Diane had overload of having 8 cards to do in an in-person class, but these are available as an ink, paper, scissors. I think what I'm contemplating doing on some of these ink, paper, scissors is putting them on sale. I don't think I've ever put a class on sale, and I don't know how people would feel about it, because I don't want to ever think any, like, but if I'm sitting there with 20 of them left and they were going for, let's say ink, paper, scissors are $34, do I put it at $25? Do you know, like, is that, like, we were trying to contemplate ideas and go over ideas to move some of the fee-based classes as well too. So now that, right, like 6 months to 9 months has passed, or a year has passed, right? Like, I'd rather get them into people's homes and they're making them, and maybe just drop the price a little bit. That one is the iconic celebrations. So there was a snowflake card, there was a New Year's card, there was an autumn, I think I just have 2 left of this one, an autumn card, there was a Valentine's Day card, there was a Christmas card, and then we made 1 more after it was all said and done. We actually did 1 more, and it was a wedding card. And that was the IPS for October. I believe I have either 1 or 2 left of that one. Hello, Stephanie. Okay, and then I have 2 more things behind me that I'll show you, and they are also available, and they are the Wildflower Stamp-a-Stack. So I think I have maybe 15 left of this kitted up, where it was, I believe, 15 cards. So it was all like lovey-dovey, friend, birthday, wedding-ish, like, they look like cotton candy cards to me, where it was, there's 15 cards, and we kind of paired them up a little bit, but your card kits came with, I think, that 15 envelopes, and like these were, you got 2 of the same, but like a little bit different, and then we had those guys. And so I did this class back in March, and I have it, like, the kits are ready to go, and if anybody wants to get in on this one, there's plenty of availability. You got these party dots, you got the pack of paper, you got the roll of ribbon, and at the end you also had enough left over to do 5 tags, 5 little 3x3 cards, and the 5 gift bags. And it almost completely consumed up all of your designer series paper. Anytime you get a class with me, you'd also get the PDF tutorial. I will admit, I'm not always the best at sending it to somebody after, like, so let's say you sign up for this class. Sometimes people remind me, like, hey, I just got that class. Can you send me the tutorial? Of course, yes. Thank you for the reminder. I appreciate that. So that was with the wildflower celebrations. And then the last thing I have left, I think I have 7 or 8 left of my Winter Creative Escape. And the Winter Creative Escape came with a $50 goodie bag, 9 card kits. The goodie bag was the embellishments, and it also included the ribbon, which I have here. Included a prize patrol, an attendance gift, and another attendance gift, like a pillow gift. We have our collective button that we always had. I had a calendar in there, but now we're halfway through the year, but it's still good for the rest of the year. Came with your paper, and the little attendance party favor was this adorable little Bluetooth speaker that when you put it on, it lights up, has a beat, and you can listen to tunes wherever you have your phone and set it up to Bluetooth. People were they overthought this. Bonnie Lesbrons said she turned hers on. She's like, I think this is how, she's like, I didn't know it was gonna be that easy. Like, you literally turn it on, you go to your settings, you let it pair to your phone via Bluetooth, and then you put on your favorite YouTube person that you listen to or music, and it plays it really loud for you. The cards that we made for this event, you had 9 cards. So the kits right here, these kits include these cards. And so there were 9 different cards that were part of this event. And I think that I have this available. I forgot to put my gems on that one. But I have 7 or 8, or maybe, I don't think there are 9, but I think there's 7 or 8 of this one available. So that was the escape for January, which was the autumn, the winter creative escape. Okay, so that is, I think, the last thing that I wanted to share. Okay, hello, Sandy Coy. I would be definitely buy more classes at a reduced price. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, Gwen Simmons, friends, hello. Okay, so I was just seeing if I missed any other comments as I was showing. I'm not always looking at comments. I like the idea that Kari had about classes, and I think what we'll also do is, I think you guys wouldn't be too upset if I reduce prices on some of my older classes too. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Like, especially some that I have 15 and 20 card kits. Like, I'll go through, and maybe what we'll do is drop the price on some of them, and then also use some of them as prizes, which is a very good idea. So I got to do it in a coordinated, organized method. So, because I know that, like, if I take it out of here, we have them in inventory. Let's say we just want to make sure we keep our numbers and our records straight. So, all right. Gwen said Amanda and Kelly are on for this last session. Awesome. And yes, so Mary Gunn has her craft roulette tonight. It's Friday, you guys. So that's pretty cool. So you guys can always catch Mary Gunn for her craft roulette on Friday nights, which is an awesome show that she puts on. So now you guys, what you should do is decide what classes you want to take with me or Carissa or Gina or Jenna or Julie. Lots of the J's and the G's. So yeah, so definitely reach out to either of them, if any of those girls, if you want their classes. If you do take classes with Jenna, though, she lives in Hudson, Wisconsin, which is 4 hours from me, so that doesn't work to consolidate shipping with Jenna. But the other 3 it does work perfectly great with. So the trick is, though, at this point, send the email to cbcenroll@gmail.com. And it's great if you include everything in that email, especially if, like, let's say you're signed up for Paper Palooza for June, or let's say Stampin' on the Sun, or the DSP Sampler. Let's say you are signed up for that and you've already paid for it. It will really help Carissa and myself if you include that still in your list and just mark after it paid, right? We know that you paid for it for the most part. Like, I haven't gone through some of the payments in PayPal, Venmo. Like I mentioned here, I have a box full of, right here, I do have a box full of mail that I was just going to really quickly let you know, like, if I have a letter from you, like Donna Grushke, I got some mail from you. Linda Kester, if you're watching, I got your check for that. I think that was the Stampin' on the Sun. Gail Barden, I've got something from you. And let me just see here too. Jean Shoot, I got this little guy ready to go to document. It's a check that came in the mail. Rita Steffi, I got yours. And then Charmaine Litton, I got yours in case you're wondering. People have been sending in their swap cards as well for the organized shoebox swap. So Naomi, if you're watching, I got your card. This card came from Lisa Hedges. So Lisa, if you're watching, I got your card. And then I have also here from Donna. Are you still watching, Donna Palazzola? I have this beautiful card that you sent me, right? Okay, it's here. I have it. I haven't processed it yet, sadly. I'm sorry, but I do have it. Kay Weir, I got your package with some swap cards. I think that's what that is. And then Sandy Quay Emery, I got this card in the mail from you. I don't know what's exactly in it, but I got this brown envelope in case you're wondering. Karen Kidner, I got your card here. And then Nancy Charles, if you're watching, I got probably your shoebox swap card here. And then Amy Desher, I just got off the phone with you. I got your payment for Stampin' Fun the Sun. Gwen Petrashek, if you're watching, I got your letter. Cindy Runtree, I got yours. And Sandy Quay Emery, I have another one here from you. Okay, so I got two from you. Now, Lynn Beasley and Becky Gandolfo, if you're watching, I have your checks right here too. And I know Wanda Zerman, you're coming on Wednesday, I have yours. Catherine, this is Kay Weir. I got yours. And Carolee Crabb, I'm not sure if you're watching, but I got you here. Rita Olette. Rita, you were getting I don't know what that says, but I got your check, okay? I'll have to investigate what that is. Patty Wright, if you're watching, I got from you, I got some mail. Hope Toy, oh my goodness, girlfriend. I got yours here as well. Sue Deppis, if you're watching, I got yours. You guys, it's so much. I'm just going to take 2 more minutes and tell these people they got their stuff. I got it. Christina Heiser, you know, you left something for me last time you were here. Deb Gruznick, I'll be seeing you tomorrow morning. I got this. Betty Pyle, I got your piece of mail. Kathleen Ketterman, I got this one from you. It has, you guys, some of this stuff was postmarked while I was in Disney. Sarah Kruger's, yours came in the mail. And Ann Bellinger, I got yours here. And then I've just got a few more, you guys. I might as well let these lovely people know that I got theirs. Sue Esworthy, I got yours here as well, you guys. I got that. Okay, and then there's Vicky Rodriguez. Are you still watching? Okay, I got a pretty card from you that looks like this. Okay, I'll show it off properly during Happy Mail time, but I got yours. And then Barbara Godby, if you're still watching, I got your pretty card again, and I'll show that off properly another time. And I have Marilyn Edens. If you're watching, Marilyn, I got yours. And then I got Phyllis Oderman officially. I know that I texted you and I said that I'm pretty sure, because you guys, I get informed delivery. So in my email, I get the whole email that shows what's coming. So I had seen it while I was in Disney that it got delivered, but I actually have it. Sherry Everett. Oh my gosh, Sherry, are you still watching? You and I just talked about 2 hours ago, and you said that the check has cleared. I don't think so. It's right here in your amazing card from the... Oh, I just thought of it. No, it's something. Oh man, the Vanilla set. But Sherry, it's here. I got it. So yes, you were correct that you sent it. And then I've got one from Mary Carls. I have yours here. And then Donna, you're going to just laugh at me because I have another one here from you. And this one looks like this. I did get this one as well. Okay. So you guys, I'm a little bit ashamed that I have all this mail to process, but I also can't feel bad about it because it's not like I'm not doing things and getting things done. So it's just prioritizing the things that need to get done when they need to get done. And it's always a just-in-time type of thing here. Sue Thomas, I have one from you. And then last on my list here, or in my bucket, is Irene Coots. So you guys, this takes about, I'm not over-exaggerating. This is gonna take me about 2 hours to process all of this. By the time I go through, write everybody's name and document it, it's 2 hours probably to process this. And I have a lot of emails to process. And so it's one of those things. Oh no, Barbara Gobby, I never got the lost check for the Shway, or not the Shway, like for the Raleigh. I think it was for 106. I never got that check that you gave me while we were in Raleigh. That one is just gone. I don't think that is in my radar to get that. If it ever is, I will definitely let you know, because I'll never forget that. I won't forget the amount, and if I get it, I'll let you know, and we can choose what to do with it. But I don't think I have that. So yes, you guys. So I'm a little bit like, I feel bad I have that to go through, and I haven't processed it sooner. But I also know that I basically, from the minute I get up to the minute I go to bed, is all working on stuff for stamping, and I need to be able to shut off emails. I mean, not like shut them off, but I have to be able to be in the like sit down for 6 hours or 5 hours and just start processing stuff. And it's hard to do that during the day, especially when there are helpers here helping me do amazing things. And literally 5 to 10 customers, it seems, could stop by in a day. And every time that happens, it's spending 5 to 10 minutes chatting and building relationships, right? And talking to people. So that takes time. Or phone calls happen throughout the day. So it's one of these things that it's like uninterrupted time right into the emails and just focus. And I find that I do that best between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. And then that's like, I have to kind of know that the next day I'm going to be a bag of crap because I'm really tired from staying up the entire night and not getting any sleep. So it's one of those mindset things is like, oh man, just sit down and knock it out. And so that's going to be happening by Tuesday. So one of these nights is going to be a late night. And so I've learned I can schedule emails though. I found that emails can be scheduled. I've known text messages can be scheduled. So if you guys get emails from me at 8 o'clock Central my time, that means I've probably emailed, or I should say texted you in the evening, wee hours of the morning, and scheduled it for 8 a.m. my time. I found that I can schedule emails for 8 a.m. as well, or anytime, right? But generally, I've learned I just schedule everything for 8 a.m. in the morning. So that's the number. So if it's 9 a.m. that it comes into you, or if it's 7 or 6, then you know it's a scheduled text message or email. So I've learned how to do that so that you guys aren't getting emails from me at wee hours in the morning or text messages wee hours of the morning. All right, let's add it on to the June order. Barbara, I thought we already did add it on, but I could be mistaken. I'll have to look back at my notes to see if you're not paid, but you probably would remember better than me if we added it on. But we should do some investigating before we actually have you send another amount for that stuff. But I'll go back and look. It'll be in my spreadsheet if it's marked paid or not. So, and yes, Gwen Simmons, I agree. Reducing the past classes ones, actually put them at a discount. So if you make fewer kits, that will encourage people to sign up sooner than if you have more people asking you. Yeah, and so that's exactly what was happening, France. We were running out of kits. We were generally running out of kits. I would have to say the majority, well, and when you think about that, we have 5 classes every month times 12 months, and there's 72 classes. Isn't it 5 times 12? 60 classes a year at a minimum, right? To think that if you take out everything from January on, there was only probably 15 classes total that had extra classes left over, which to me was great. I didn't catch on something happened, in November, December. Uncertainty in the current environment of the world started happening in December, January, February. And I don't know if that uncertainty is gone yet, right? I think there's still a lot of, and not to bring up any of the politics, right? But not to, because I don't need to talk about it, or if you guys have learned, I don't talk about it ever, but there was a lot of uncertainty in the world and in the United States, starting probably in December, January, February, March. And so that's when we noticed, for me, and I talked to Jenna about it, and I talked to other demonstrators about it, they also noticed a decline in people taking classes. And so I didn't catch on to that right off the bat. And so that's what happened, is we overkidded. And you know what naughty Nancy would just say? I would say, and you know what naughty Nancy would say? It's just paper, right? At the end of the day, it's cardstock, it's embellishments, it's ribbon, it's just paper. She said that a lot. It was very like, don't worry about it. It's all good. Life is good, right? And so that's what it comes down to. It's just paper, and we'll work our way through it. And the good thing is I have lots of past classes available to people who find me and aren't necessarily excited about what's coming up on the docket. They could always look at something from the past and get something that they didn't know I had. So you don't think we did. Okay. Well, you would know in your check register better than me. And if I go back to the things that check was for, and I don't see that they're paid, then I'm going to totally believe you. So, all right. Good deal. I think we did good. The last showcase was 2.5 hours, and it's only 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I think we did okay. So it's 4:30. You guys, I promised Tyler. So here's the thing, you guys. Not only am I running the show pretty much, but I have an amazingly loving boyfriend who's very supportive of all of the crazy I do, and the literal of me almost spending every waking hour, unless I'm with him, I'm stamping, right? In quote unquote stamping. He looks at anything I do with my business as, you're stamping again, you're stamping, stop stamping. And it's hard to stop stamping, but it's Friday night and he goes once a month out to eat with his coworkers, and he really enjoys that I go along with him. So I can honestly say I know now it's already 4:30 and he will be done with work and he'll be here in less than an hour. So it's my cue to go get my butt in the shower, because I am full of massage oil from this morning, you guys. I didn't feel greasy or anything like that, but so I felt fine. But hopefully I didn't come across that way. But you guys, I was totally relaxed from the massage and I came right into this. And I'm going to go to dinner with Tyler and then I'm going to spend the night with him. So I know that if you're waiting for an email or any kind of correspondence with me regarding classes or signups, make sure you send new ones to cbcenroll@gmail.com. But if you've sent me something previously, you don't need to resend it. Just wait for me to kind of like get into the emails. Tomorrow morning, I have a double header of classes. I have 2 in-person classes. We have the suite class and we have the monthly class at 10 a.m. And I originally had them scheduled for last week, Saturday, and who knows why. It was Memorial Day weekend last weekend, and I never schedule anything over holiday weekends because people are doing their family things and their own things on the holiday weekends and traveling, right? And they have plans. So I moved those 2 classes from last week to tomorrow. And then I have a triple header of festivities with my family, actually. My brother's kids, one of them had confirmation and graduation, and one of them has birthday and something. There's like 3 things that they're celebrating tomorrow, and that is basically going to be my afternoon. So I know that I'm not going to have a lot of time, so hopefully you guys don't expect anything necessarily with correspondence between now and tomorrow, but by Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like that is when I'm going to hit it hard with the responding to all the things, okay? So that I do have a game plan. I have a game plan. That is my plan, all right? Go have fun is what Fran said. Thank you. I appreciate it. You need time for Tyler and yourself. Yes, and you guys all understand that, and I appreciate that, Karen. But it's one of those things that it's hard because you feel guilty leaving it behind, knowing that people are waiting on you for things, and as long as I tell you that's why I feel like, as long as I told you that's what's going on, then you guys know to not expect it or be. The last thing I want is people upset or waiting on me and feeling like, hey, she should have responded by now. You guys understand it. I have a life too outside of stamping. You don't even believe it, but I kind of try to. So yes, I promised Tyler that I would go to dinner with him tonight. And then after that, we're going to just unwind from the week. You guys, it's been a crazy, awesome week. I'm going to show you really quick because we are at the end of the video. If anything happens, I can end the video, but I'm going to share with you what this kind of looks like. You guys, I do have a little bit of a hot mess on the floor here, but let me flip the camera. I'm going to show you what we've got staged really quick, and then I will let you be. So along the floor here, you guys, this is everything staged. Oh, there are your attendants, some of your pillow gifts. Everything's staged for stamping Fun in the Sun, right? There's that. And then, you guys, here's the bigger Tigger. Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh, you're going to show a big stretch. Oh, yeah. Let's see those toes. There they are. Oh, yeah. There's bigger Tigger. Takes up a whole chair. And then over here, I wanted to show, sorry, that's the floor. I wanted to show you guys what we worked on for the paper palooza. All of this basically was kitted up this week. So each one of those cards is one of the palooza cards with the 96 card kits. And then here we got Let's Just Stamp kitted up, right? 60 of those. And so, yeah, each one of these. And of the paper palooza, I mentioned there's only 15 left, right? So we're getting close on the 96. And this is an event that can go all summer long, right? You guys could pick if you wanted June, July, August, or September. So I've got it staged so that I should hopefully have the event left in case you are looking for it later, like let's say in July or August. I might have 1 or 2 left, and I might not. I don't know. With 15 of them, they could go fast, or they might not. I'm not quite certain. And then those are the DSP samplers. They're all ready to go. So yeah. All right, let's flip back. Hot mess. Okay. So I think that's everything. Okay, and I gotta just make my way over all these boxes. So we got lots of good ideas that came out of our gathering today, and I've got some things I can think about for using up some of the past classes and providing them as prizes or reducing the prices. I think that's what we're going to put on the radar. I'm probably not going to think about any of that really until after the Stampin' Fun in the Sun event is done. You guys, that's probably where my focus is on communication now and making sure we're buttoned up and ready to go for the Stampin' Fun in the Sun. I have 5 amazing presenters, 5 amazing creative people, friends, that I just signed up my last one. No, I shouldn't say I signed up. I just asked my last presenter, and they're not. I don't want to say presenters because, like, they're new. 2 of them have never presented before, and then we've got Gina and I'm trying to think here. So 2 have never presented. So this will be their debut experiences as being presenters, right? So that's why I hesitated saying they're going to be amazing. I'm not saying that they're not, but they're new to presenting is what I'm getting at. And this will be great. And then one gal on my team she started doing YouTube videos not too long ago. So this will be great for her. And then Gina's, like, you guys know Gina. So I'm working on getting that schedule all lined up. So there's a few things that I need to do in the back end for Stampin' Fun in the Sun yet. Your kitty just saw Bigger Tigger on TV. She is now watching TV looking for him. Oh, Gwen, that Bigger. Did you guys love his stretch? He did his like legs and he did that. And he brings it back and he's so cute. Like, he's amazing. All right, Vicki, have a good evening as well. And it was so much fun making them. Oh, good. Sherry, you're amazing. Enjoy your. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off. It's 4:30. I'm going to be ready for Tyler when he gets done with work. And normally he's waiting for me, and I'm going to make it so he's not waiting for me. So lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs, you guys. We'll see you around. And I'm trying to think. I know I don't have a live with you guys next Thursday, but 140 of you at the moment are signed up for Stampin' Fun in the Sun. And you're going to be seeing me between Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, introducing my creative presenters. And but we don't have a live next Thursday. So just a reminder, I won't be live Thursday night. So yeah, but you'll be, for those of you doing the event with me, you're going to catch me with that. So, and then otherwise we'll be back on the 12th, I think, of June. So I love you guys. Lots of sunshine, love, and big hugs. We'll see you later. Bye.